Manjushri.
I'm Yashaswini.
We have great pleasure on this wonderful morning to welcome you all to our KLE BCA family. I would also like to congratulate each one of you for having good sense to choose to study in one of the best institutions. KLE always puts the students at center of everything it does. Your experience here at KLE BCA and your success is important to each and every member of staff who works here. Your arrival at this institution marks a new chapter and story of your life. Now you will be principal author of your next chapter. You have the opportunity to determine the direction, plot, and tempo of your story.
While you are here at KLE BCA, you will have the opportunity to learn new things, acquire new knowledge, develop new skills, and enhance your personal attributes in profound ways that will equip for your after the graduation. So we call all you as a name of freshers, giving your best wishes for your brightest future. Work hard and study smart, believing yourself, never forget your path, enjoying time without moving mind. You will get the opportunity to success in your life. I now request all dignitaries to please come on the stage.
I now call Assistant Professor Akhila SG to welcome the gathering.
Good morning, all. I am very extremely grateful to get this opportunity to address you all on this auspicious occasion. On the behalf of management, I cordially welcome our chief guest, Mr. Ramakant Desai, convener, Bangalore FinTech Forum, chairperson, Karnataka Healthcare Initiative. Welcome you, sir. And I also welcome Mr. Punit Raj KN, CEO of Seminar Room and Education and Industry Platform of Collaboration. We welcome you, sir. I also welcome Mr. Abhishek R, CEO of Ved Academy. Welcome, sir. Being a good leader isn't about having power over others, but about instilling powers in others. I would like to welcome our beloved principal, Mr. Vijay Kumar AS. Welcome, sir. And I also welcome all our faculty members for this function. You are off to the great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. I also welcome all the students and parents for this auspicious occasion. Thank you all.
Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityoma Amritangamaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. The meaning of this shloka is lead me from untruth to the truth, lead me from darkness to light, lead me from death to immortality. To make this morning a blessed one by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom, for seeking the chooser's blessing for the same, I invite our chief guest, Mr. Ramakant Desai and Punit Raj KN and Abhishek R, along with our beloved principal Vijay Kumar AS to kindle the lamp. I also request all my faculties and my few students to join.
Shubham Kurutvam Kalyanam Arogyam Dhanasampada Shatru Buddhi Vinashaya Vipajyotir Namo नमोस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and arts, represents the free flow of wisdom and consciousness. To seek the blessings of Goddess Saraswati, I now call upon Meghashri and group for the invocation song.
ಹೂವಲ್ಲಿಜೆನು ಗುಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟದೇನು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀನು ಅಡಿ ಮುಟ್ಟದೇನು ಆ ದೈವದಾಜ್ಞೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ಪಾಲಿಸು ಈ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿಸು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ಪಾಲಿಸು ಈ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿಸು ನಾಳೆಗಳ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬಿಕೆಯ ನೆಲೆಯಾಗಿರಿಸು ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸು ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದು ನಾವಾಡೋ ಪದ ಪದದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಂಚರಿಸು ಹೂವಲ್ಲಿ ಜೇನು ಗುಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟದೇನು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀನು ಅಡಿ ಮುಟ್ಟದೇನು ಆ ದೈವದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ಪಾಲಿಸು ಈ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿಸು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thanks Meghashri and group for this blissful rendition of the song. I now call Assistant Professor Chanakya to let you know more about our KLE Society and our college.
Respected dignitaries, respected dignitaries on the stage, my dear students and parents. Today, I would like to speak a few words about KLE Society. A byword in India's educational spectrum, KLE's success story of nearly 10 decades speaks volumes of the dedication and commitment of thousands of people. With 250 institutions spread across Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Goa, each narrating their own amazing stories of enriching people's lives, a harmony exists that is very palpable. Our alumni settled in different parts of the world are a testimony to our achievements and endeavors, and our brand ambassadors promoting the brand KLE throughout the world. Unmindful of the constraints, KLE ensures that every individual with a desire to learn, irrespective of which strata he or she belongs to the society, has access to infrastructure of international standards. Our well-equipped hostels with modern facilities enable every student to enrich oneself physically and mentally as well. To ensure that every student is keeping up with the latest developments in technology and the world, all the campuses house internet and IT facilities. Our qualified teachers who are committed and dedicated to their professions strive to make learning a fascinating journey and experience for all. The collaborations with universities in the US, UK, and Malaysia have added a whole new dimension to the KLE Society. making it on par with reputed educational institutions worldwide. The legacy of self service and sacrifice left behind by the founding fathers is pursued sincerely by the management to this day. Under the unparalleled leadership of Dr. Prabhakar Kore, the KLE institution has reached enviable heights. His spectacular chairmanship beyond 30 years, with active support of his team of elected members, embodies the collective efforts of everyone in KLE, including the members of the trust, 110,262 students, and 16,000 strong faculty in making KLE an international education destination. Now, I would like to speak a few words about our department. Bachelor of Computer Application was started in 2017 by the KLE Society's Degree College with a mission to provide high quality computer education to the students. The program aims to bridge the gap between the IT industries and institutions by imparting in depth knowledge of cutting edge technologies and thus producing the most diverse talents to the students opting BCA. The BCA degree course is designed specifically to equip students with computer techniques and IT skills by intensive and innovative teaching methods. The institution grooms its students to excel as future ITians. The state of art computer laboratory, and well equipped and experienced faculty mold the students successfully to place into the IT industry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This gives students and parents a clear picture about KLE Society and our college. Extracurricular activities provide a setting to become involved and to interact with other students, thus leading to increased learning and enhanced development. Students have opportunities to improve their leadership and interpersonal skills while also increasing their self confidence. We as an institution provide a great platform for these. Now, we would like to launch and also introduce you to such extracurricular activities conducted in the college. We have film club, book club, Sporty Women's Club, BCA Science Forum, student activities. Now, let's get introduced to these. I request all the dignitaries to launch the logos.
Sachin. Video play ಮಾಡ ಸರ್ ಲೋಗೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಲೋಗೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸರ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ
Pawan, please come on the stage. He's your senior, Pawan, and he's the one who designed these logos. Thank you, Pawan. Thanks for your contribution.
Please put on the logo AB.
ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ
Thank you, Pawan and his team, for making such a beautiful AV. I now call Assistant Professor Soumya BS to introduce our chief guest, Ramakant Desai.
Good morning, one and all present here. It is my privilege to introduce one of the chief guests of today's function, Mr. Ramakant Desai. He is an independent management consultant and corporate advisor. He is currently working as a chairperson in Asocam Healthcare Initiative and as a convener in Bangalore FinTech Forum. He was a president and CEO in IT services Happiest Mind Technologies, and prior to that, he was a senior vice president in strategic deals at Wipro Technologies. He is a global MNC executive with over 36 plus years of experience in the IT industry. He has run large business units with a revenue of rupees 2000 to 2500 crore, held many roles in global sales, business building businesses and entrepreneur mentoring. Currently, he advises companies with their growth strategies as a management consultant and mentoring quite a few startups like fintech, health tech, and edutech and IT services. His key strengths includes business strategies, digital health transformation, outsourcing, pre-sales, global delivery, and digital transformation. It's a great pleasure to have you amongst us today, sir. And now I request Mr. Ramakant Desai to address the gathering.
Hi, can I be heard? Good morning, everyone. You can call me Ramakant. No, sir, please. Respected parents, respected dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Principal, Puneet, my good friend, and another good friend whom I have met just now, and all the faculty and all the budding youngsters and students. Okay, it's always a memorable day when you enter the college, right? You have finished your 12th and you are looking forward to a extremely promising future, okay? And hence, there will be a lot of questions and lot of hopes and aspirations and concerns in the minds and hearts of not only the students but also the parents, right? It's a memorable day as well as a very hopeful day. So let me start by giving a brief history of India. It's not that all of us don't know what is history of India. Most of us know in bits and pieces, but we don't know the economic history of India. Mostly we are taught the political history of India. Okay, so why I start from there is to relate to the present, because if you don't know your past, you'll not be able to reflect on your present and you'll not be able to make a vision for your future. So it is extremely important that we kind of reflect on that little bit. And after I finish my talk, let us open the podium for question and answers. That will be a lot more interactive and fruitful and productive in my experience. Okay, so I think that will be an interactive session is a lot more useful always. So if you look at the economic history of India, say up to say 1200 AD, okay? I'm not going into before that, okay? Up to 1200 AD, Indian economy was approximately contributing to 35% of global economy. That means our GDP was 30 to 35% of global GDP, around 1200, 1100 AD, okay? And fast forward to 1800, 1750 AD, India's contribution to global economy was still around 24%. Okay, it had fallen. Many European nations had risen by then, but still India was contributing significantly to global economy. Okay, fast forward to 1930s, 1940s, just before the freedom from British colonialism, India's contribution to global economy had fallen to less than 1%. Okay, so in fact, one of the Japanese economists said that, okay, India is more a recovering economy. It's not a growing economy anymore, okay? Because our contribution to the world was always pretty high, okay? Unfortunately, we lost 250 precious years, and to a certain extent, some other period in our internal squabbles, and we didn't grow to the extent we should have contributed to the world. Okay, now over the past 70 years, we have made some amends, if not fully, 70, 75 years. We have done reasonably well. Till 1990, we were not doing that great, okay. Till 1990, we had what is called as, economists used to call very comically as Hindu rate of growth, okay. 3%, we were growing at 3% per annum, okay. But now, over the last 20, 21 years, I would say 30 years, ever since Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao liberalized the economy and Manmohan Singh introduced economic reforms, India has started growing at close to more than 5 to 6%. I'll tell you why it is important to understand some of these statistics, and I'll come to the topic of what you want very soon, okay? So please bear with me. So, it is very important to understand this, because if you look at Chinese economy and Indian economy around, say, mid-70s, around 75, 78, they were almost of same size, plus or minus 10% difference, okay? Now, you look at how much Chinese economy has grown. We are around about $3 trillion. I'll explain you some of this terminology for some people who cannot relate to it, okay? And Chinese economy is 12 to 13 trillion dollars. There are 4 times our size. China has galloped extremely well over the last 35, 40 years, because they started liberalizing their economy in mid-70s itself, okay? They started allowing foreign investments, they started opening their doors, and they did a lot of other things, of course, okay? We'll not get into too much of comparison between India and China, okay, because I don't think that is the topic of discussion here. So they started doing it, and hence they grew much, much faster. Of course, they had a state-controlled economy. India is not a state-controlled economy. India is a state-facilitating economy. State means government. Government only facilitates economy. Government doesn't control economy in India. Whereas in China, state controls economy. Okay, so there's a fundamental difference. Let's not get into some of those, this thing. So essentially, we lost out almost 15 to 20 years in our spirit of growth, and our entrepreneurship should have been encouraged at least from mid-70s. We were in that old socialistic, communistic philosophies which have served nobody any purpose. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. So let us understand some basic terminology, and we'll quickly get into what does it mean today in terms of. Can somebody operate it? Who is operating that? Nobody is operating. Oh, so it's okay. Yeah. You're doing it? Oh, okay, great. Thank you. So let us understand what is some of the basic terminology. What is GDP? Okay, GDP is gross domestic products and services, essentially, in nutshell. What is generally economies are measured in GDP. Okay, you would be hearing during budget times, India's economy is $2.7 trillion, blah blah blah, $3 trillion, blah blah blah, and all of that. Okay, so what does it mean? GDP means all the goods produced in the country and the services delivered in the country measured across the states, okay, across private sector, public sector, common man, everybody included. The sum value of it is called GDP. Okay, in simple terms. Okay, suppose this mobile is produced, this is contributing 25,000 rupees to India's GDP. Okay, this laptop has contributed 50,000 rupees to India's GDP, like that approximately. Okay, so like that, every service, I come in a taxi, I pay 70 rupees to him or 150 rupees to him, I have contributed to the economy by spending it, right? So the sum of all the products and services, which economic activities which happen in the country, is equivalent to the GDP. Is all of it counted in India? Answer is no. Okay, lot of it happens without getting counted. That's a different topic again. Okay, our formal economy is $3 trillion. Okay, what does it mean? Why do we always measure in dollars? Because dollar is globally understood common currency. Okay, it's a global currency. Chinese yuan, he is trying to become a global currency, but I think it's quite far away. Even today, 80 to 90% of global transactions happen in dollars. And hence, it is always measured in US dollars. Okay, it's a kind of a benchmark. Okay, whom do you compare with? I always compare with the first in the class, right? Like that, US currency was the first in the class. So, and hence, at least from 1930 onwards, they became the number one superpower in the world. And hence, most of the economies are measured in dollars. Most of the international transactions happen in US dollars. Okay, so what is USD equivalent to in rupees? All of you know, it's around 75 rupees. There is no big this thing in that. But what is the value of $1 million? 1 million is equivalent to 7.5 crores, in simple words. Okay, what is $1 billion? $1 billion is 7,500 crores. Okay, and what is $1 trillion? $1 trillion is 75 lakh crores. Okay, so why I am bringing this perspective is, it is very important to understand some of this terminology. What is India's economy today? Approximately $3 trillion. 3 trillion GDP, I mean. $3 trillion means 3 into 75 lakh crores. That means in India, whatever is measured, there is a lot of unmeasured economy. Okay, measured is around about 210 lakh crores. Okay, what were we in 1990? Probably not even 100,000 crores to 200,000 crores. Okay, so in the last 25 to 30 years, we have grown round about approximately so much, whatever it is. Okay. Anyway, we'll come back to that separately. So now, if you look at why I am telling all these numbers is, India's moment of truth has come now. Okay, India is on the cusp of very high potential growth. Why do I say that? Can we move to the next slide? Yeah, if you look at world richest nations today, okay, USA is obviously the number one, then is China, then is Japan, then of course Euro region. Euro region with Germany is richer than other countries to a certain extent. India is 5th richest country in the world today. Okay, but in purchasing parity is a different economic term. We are almost 3rd richest. Okay, now if you look at it, all their economies, US economy is $21 trillion, China is 14, okay, India is around about $3 trillion, okay, approximately somewhere. All of them, their debt, their amount of loans those nations have taken have grown significantly. Okay, now you look at US has a 400% GDP compared 400% debt compared to the GDP. That means if I am producing 100 crores, they have taken 400 crores loan. Similarly, China, you look at it, you look at the red curve, the bottom one, that is China. It was around about 50% GDP, now it has gone up to 250%. Okay, that means if their economy, hello, can I be heard? Okay. If their economy is around about $14 trillion, they have a debt of around about $35 trillion, okay, which is pretty high. So, similarly, other countries, most of the rich nations, okay, if you take Japan, Japan has a debt to GDP of around about 350%. Their economy is around about $5 trillion, but their debt is 3 times that, around about $15 trillion. All of those economies are bound to slow down, if not today, by tomorrow. Because your earning capacity should be so much that you can pay the debt. If you cannot pay the debt, you will have problems. Okay? The only country which can survive this kind of a onslaught of debt right now in that is China. Because China is still earning a lot, they are growing at 7-8%. But other countries are not growing at that kind of rate of growth. And hence, okay. So, if you look at some of those economies, the Chinese is the only one which can survive their debt and grow further. Okay? So, that's why I say, can we go to the next slide? That's why I say, India's moment of truth has come. Okay? India is on the cusp of immense growth potential. You know, our debt to GDP ratio is around about 80%. It's not 300% like Japan, 250% like China, or 270 like US. Our debt to GDP ratio is hardly 80-90%. Okay, that means we have taken very less loans over the last 30 years, but still maintained good rate of growth. So it is all showing up in the current phenomena. Okay, we are borrowing less, but at the same time, our foreign direct investments are growing. That means lot of foreigners are coming to invest money. So what is contributing to this? If one is obviously a lot of Chinese data is not trustable. China is their policies are always not trusted all over the world. Okay, so there is a problem. Many large nations have piled up huge debt, but at the same time, lot of corporations have a lot of cash. Okay, for example, just 5 companies in US have around about 3 trillion cash. 3 trillion is India's GDP. Just 5 companies have that much of cash, surplus cash which they can invest anywhere in the world. Okay, so essentially what is happening is a lot of money is available in the world and which is ready to be invested. And obviously, when somebody looks for an investment, he looks for a favorable climate for investment. So from that perspective, India fits the bill for 3 reasons. One is we are a democracy. Second thing is our demographic dividend is pretty high. What is demographic dividend? Our youth population, okay, is much higher compared to the older population. Like people like me are less in number, people like you are more in number, right? So when the country has lot of youth, the productive forces are high, and hence people would like to invest in such a country where the dividends, it's called demographic dividend, is pretty high. And there is a lot of headroom for growth. Headroom for growth is, I'll tell you why. The average per capita income in India is around about $1,500 to $1,800. Okay, whereas US is around about $16,000. Per capita means income per person. Okay, so $1,500 to $1,800 versus $16,000. That means we have a potential to grow at least another 7 to 8 times our current standard of living. Right? Hello. So that is the kind of economic opportunity available for a lot of companies around the world. They will definitely come and invest. According to one of the world investment report, the foreign direct investment into India last year was $64 billion. $64 billion, I told you $1 billion is 7,500 crores. So you can multiply it, it comes to approximately 4 lakh crores. That was the investment which came into India last year, despite pandemic. Okay. Now, this year, in the first 3 months itself, we got $22 billion already. 22 billion means now multiplied by another 4 times, because first 3 months is just 1/3 of a year, 1/4 of a year, right? If you look at it, 22 you multiply it, you are going to touch $80 billion. 80 is 64 to 80 is around about $16 billion extra investment which is going to come in this year. That is almost 25% growth, 25% growth in foreign investment. So the number of global companies which are looking to invest in India has gone up pretty heavily, and they are investing. Then the third thing is, some of the economic policies have changed, especially last year after the pandemic. Finance Minister Sitharaman has introduced a lot of schemes like PLI scheme. She has given a lot of incentives to export-oriented industries. She has given a lot of impetus to infrastructure industry. India is planning to invest 100 lakh crores into infrastructure in roads, buildings, and other things over the next 5 years. Okay, that's a lot of money. 100 lakh crores is a lot of money. It's like $1.5 trillion, right? $1.5 trillion is half of India's economy. She is planning to invest another 100 lakh crores into the infrastructure business. So, India economy itself will grow at least 9 to 10% this year. Average global rate of growth is around about 3%. Okay, so India is definitely growing at a very high pace, and agriculture has started growing at 6%. We have never heard of agriculture growth in the last 10 years more than 2 to 3%. So agriculture has started reviving quite a bit, and simple word is you are at a stage where the economy is ready to take off. Okay, so it is the best time to be an youngster. If I had an opportunity, I would be reborn again and be an 18-year-old now, rather than a 58-year-old. Okay, so so now let us come back to our industry, which is IT industry. All of you are interested in understanding what is IT industry, where are the opportunities, are there jobs, blah, 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 all of that. IT industry has started basically from 1990 onwards, to be precise. Okay, after the economy got liberalized, a lot of foreigners started coming and speaking to a lot of companies like Tata, Wipro, Infosys, everybody. They started giving projects. That is how, and not only they gave projects, but they also started establishing their own IT development centers in India. That is how the growth started. In 1992, entire software industry in India was hardly 33 rupees. Okay, so approximately whatever is that number comes to, okay, 350 crores or 500 crores approximately. Whereas today, the entire software industry is around about $180 billion, okay. So you can imagine the amount of growth which has happened, 180 into 7,500 crores. That is the value of entire IT services industry in the country. IT industry provides employment to 60 lakhs people, apart from the ancillary employment. That means from almost a zero employment base in, say, 1985, 1988, to 60 lakh people being employed in the industry today. And they also have enabled creation of ancillary jobs. Ancillary jobs are like, once Wipro comes into picture, you have to lay roads for it, you have to put buses for it, caterer comes into picture, security comes into picture, so many tax people get added, so many accounting people get added, so much of training happens, so many education institutions have come up. So forget the ancillary economy, just the primary economy itself is around about $180 billion and contributes around about 6% to India's economy today. Okay, from zero base. 0 to 6% is pretty heavy, and it is slated to go up to 10% very soon in the next 7 to 10 years. I'll tell you how it is going to happen. So now if you look at the size of the industry, can we go to the next slide? Yeah. If you look at the revenues of the tech services industry, I already spoke about it. In 2015, it was around about $130 billion, 130 into 7,000 crores. Please keep multiplying it at times, otherwise I keep forgetting. And then today, it is around about $190 billion. It is slated to go to $350 billion by 2025. Okay? So that means another approximately $100 to $150 billion is going to get added to IT industry in the country in the next 5 to 7 years. Okay, don't hold me for the years. $100 to $150 billion means another 40 to 50 lakh engineers will have to be employed, to be in simple terms. Okay, so the job potential is pretty high. Okay, that's a simple a statement I would like to make. Can you go to the next one? And also, no, 1 minute. Go to the previous slide. Previous one. Yeah, stay here. So this is there is another important data point you have to take here. If you look at that yellow slice in that is what is called as digital IT services. You keep hearing about it, digital economy and all of that. The rest of it is traditional. Traditional means we had large mainframes, client server architecture, etc., etc. Now, if you look at the yellow portion is growing from 5 to 55% by 2025. That means the digital side of IT is going to be big in the near future. Okay. So why this is important? Because we are entering what is called as a digital economy. Okay. Can you go to the next slide? Okay. So now you looked at it. It is going to grow around about approximately 6 to 10%. Blah blah blah. These are all the global industry data points. So now the digital ecosystem is going to be add $700 billion to the IT industry. Okay, that is the value in terms of digital ecosystem. With that includes hardware, software, so many other things. The software portion itself will be around about $100 to $120 billion out of $150 billion which you saw. Okay, so from that perspective, the amount of opportunity which you guys are going to have and what is digital IT services is extremely important. And in which sectors it is going to happen? It is going to happen in health, it is going to happen in logistics, education, or governance. Governance means government related services, agriculture, law and justice, and of course land records, many other things. Okay, this is the India picture. But a lot of corporations are going to spend a lot of money to go digital. Okay, that means every organization should be able to access their services in multi-channel directions, through mobile or through internet or through cloud. A lot of artificial intelligence services are going to come into picture. A lot of machine language programs have to be written. A lot of data has to be collated. Data analytics is going to play extremely important. And a lot of IoT is going to happen, which is called Internet of Things. Okay, so a lot of internet technologies, digital technologies are going to revolutionize the way the entire economy is going to shape. Okay, these are some of the sectors in which it is going to happen. So now, just to give some data points, for example, 1.3 billion people's records have been recorded through Aadhaar, which is a huge thing. 1.3 billion records means approximately 3 times the size of US. Okay, so Aadhaar database is a very big database. It's a mammoth project. People don't understand how much effort has gone into creating that project, if you ask me honestly. Similarly, if you look at IRCTC, I don't know how many of you are aware of IRCTC. It's a railway reservation platform. Crores and crores of transactions happen on IRCTC. Similarly, there is a new public infrastructure created called UPI. Crores and crores of, I'll again refer to that, in my talk. So many transactions are happening on UPI. Similarly, if you look at the amount of vaccination data which was created, 50 billion data was created just for creating in terms of hospitals, patient records, whether it has been vaccinated or not, where he can go to, scheduling the whole of it. All of it happened through digital. It is not easy. I mean, thanks to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare that they have been able to pull out such a large project on their shoulders, and that too in such a short time. Okay, I was referring to the UPI transactions which are happening. Approximately $3.2 billion worth of transactions happened on UPI in just July 2021. 1 month, May, $3 billion worth of transactions happened. It's a new payment infrastructure which has been created by National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI. Okay. So essentially, if you look, no, 1 minute, previous slide. The next one. Yeah. So essentially, India, at least 30 to 35% of it is going to become digital India. Whether we like it or not, right now, the slogan is go digital. In future, by the time you guys pass out, it will be think digital. That means you don't even go, nobody will say, hey, we'll have to convert to digital. People will think digitally, right? Already youngsters, whenever I want to do something, my son tells me, Nana, why are you doing it like this? Use this mobile and do it away. So, I can't think digitally, honestly, okay? My son thinks fairly digitally, I would say 25%. You guys will be thinking 50% digital. Your next generation, like say 10 years, people younger to you, will completely think digitally. They won't think normally. So essentially what is happening is the entire phenomena of existence is going to change considerably. So now these are all various public platforms which have been created in India digitally. These are all public infrastructure. This is public digital infrastructure. See, like you have physical infrastructure, which is roads, buildings, highways, railways, etc., etc. Digitally also, digital infrastructure has to be created for a population of 1.2 billion to interact with each other digitally and then make it happen. So these are all various platforms which are already getting created. UPI is one platform, similarly Aadhaar is one, your CoWIN was the vaccination platform. We already talked about Government of India is creating a health stack. It's called health stack. That means all the patients and hospital information is going to move on to health stack, so that if I go to Manipal hospital today, if I get my medical record, when I go to Apollo, I need not take the physical format. They can easily access my patient ID and can take out the whole previous history of my ailments, illnesses, etc., for them to fetch, and then they can treat you automatically. So entire health infrastructure stack is being created. Similarly, logistics infrastructure stack is being created. What is logistics? I'll tell you. Suppose today a shipment of mobile phones like this has to be shipped from here to say Srinagar or say Assam. What happens? It happens to multimodal transport. That means first it has to go through a physical trucker. From a trucker, it has to go to say railways, and then from there some trucker picks up, or some of it may be shipped by air. So a shipment of a packet of mobiles has to go through multimodal transport. Okay, and a lot of time is lost in that because you can't track where your shipment is. There is so much of cost of logistics in India. If the cost of this mobile is 30,000 rupees, the cost of logistics, that means from manufacturing plant by the time it reaches you, is around about 15 to 18%. Okay, so that means we are paying around about 6,000 rupees for this unnecessarily. If this, because it takes 15 to 18 days for it to reach the destination. Suppose we are able to reduce that logistics time from 15 days to say 4 days. It is possible to track it and make it happen in 4 days. You can reduce your logistics cost from 15% to 4-5%. Okay? See the amount of saving in economy, because 80% of economy depends on logistics, right? Similarly, so Government of India is trying to create a logistics platform wherein all the logistics providers can be brought onto the same platform. So these are what are getting created as information highways. Like you have expressway, information highways are getting created. One for health, one for logistics, for already citizen database, Aadhaar is there. For health database, e-engineering is getting created. For agriculture, health information highways are getting created. So the moment government facilitates these health information highways in a secure way, lot of people will start latching onto it. And the speed of economic activity grows. It is the speed of economic activity which creates jobs. Okay? So speed is as important as the amount of economic activity. So the moment speed increases, the rate of growth automatically increases. The moment rate of growth increases, more jobs get created. The more jobs get created, the more the spending will be. The more the spending, the more the downstream spending. That means even the next level people get benefited. If you earn 50,000 rupees, you will spend 10,000 rupees on an auto fellow. You will spend 5,000 rupees on a taxi fellow. You will spend 5,000 rupees for a restaurant. So you end up creating so many more jobs. Okay, they're all downstream jobs. Ultimately, India has to create jobs, because otherwise, round about with 125 crore people, we have to create at least 1.5 to 2 crore jobs every year. So many people are entering the workforce. Anyhow, so essentially in the digital world, all these platforms are getting created and the private sector is going to leverage it in a big time. Can you go to the next slide? Okay, so what does it mean for all of you? Now, I was going through your syllabus, okay, and honestly, I have not seen this syllabus before, okay, but I made this slide earlier itself. So, I don't know whether we spoke terrestrially, I really don't know. But anyhow, what are the technologies which are going to enable it? It's artificial intelligence, it is cloud computing, it is blockchain, it is social and mobile, robotic process automation, cyber security, Internet of Things, big data analytics. And your course curriculum, if I see, is completely list of all these areas which are going to be covered over the next 3 years. Okay, whether it is data structures, whether it is computer architecture, whether it is operating systems, these are all fundamentals. You have to learn fundamentals very well, otherwise you won't understand these advanced technologies. Operating systems, data structures, computer architecture are fundamentals. Then you go to software engineering, and then design and analysis of algorithms, and then artificial intelligence is there, then theory of computations is there, machine language is there, IoT cloud computing lab is there, internet IoT lab is there, blockchain lab is there. Okay, similarly cryptography and cyber security lab is there. So and blockchain technologies lab is there. So your course over the next 3 years is covering all the areas which are advanced technology areas. Okay, I think you are in good hands from the course perspective, in my view. Okay, so learn the fundamentals very well, which are essentially the first page of your course curriculum. If you don't learn fundamentals, you won't be able to excel in the next level courses. So operating systems, data structures, your computer architecture, your software engineering, your data analytics, and your web programming, and your algorithms are extremely important fundamentals. So first 1.5 years, please focus as much as possible in learning the concepts well. If you don't learn the concepts, it is going to be extremely difficult for you to understand the next level. Okay? We'll touch upon this a little bit more as we go through the presentation. Can you go to the next slide, please? So now, if you look at it, how many jobs are there in these areas? Today, the demand is round about approximately 960,000 jobs. That means 9.5 lakh jobs demand is there. How many people are available? 680,000. That means there is 2 lakhs people gap as we speak today. Come 2023, you need 27 lakh people in these areas, which I told about: cloud computing, artificial intelligence, analytics, IoT, cyber security, all of that put together. How much is India producing? 1.7 million. That means 17 lakhs people. Okay, what will be the gap? There will be still gap of 10 lakhs people. That means another 100 institutions like KLE will have to come forward and start institutions to train you, people like you, to be able to meet the demand which is there in the market. Okay? So be rest assured, if you do your job well, you will get a job. Very good job. But the question is, will you do your job well is a question always. What is doing your job well? Learning your fundamentals, participating in all the labs, doing as many projects as possible, both in the real world as well as in the college. Okay? Learning few other things which are beyond the scope of your syllabus. Okay? These are all extremely important. Can you go to the next slide? Thank you. This one? Okay. So, what is the base platform around which all the digital platforms are going to be created? The base is cloud computing. So you better learn cloud computing very well. Just in cloud computing itself, India will need approximately 15 lakh professionals in just cloud alone, if you ask me. Okay, cloud plus. Okay. So now, however, with an estimated demand over 2 million professionals by 2025, India could this is the kind of demand which is there, 2 million professionals. India will produce approximately 1.4. There is still, some more gap for no more professionals to be available. Can you go to the next slide? So focus on cloud computing, don't neglect. So where do companies recruit from? Because companies always want experienced people. It's going to be difficult for them to get experienced people. So if you look at, they are going to try to source at least 70% from industry. They will not get 70%, they'll at best get 30-40%. They are going to try to source another 70% from campuses. Okay? So they have no choice but to come to campuses for 2 reasons. One is, most of the professionals who have more than 10 years experience, they would not have learned some of these technologies, like say artificial intelligence and things like that. Okay? So it is very important that if you learn, you become a hot cake in the market. So 70% sourcing is going to happen from fresh graduates and some lateral hires. So the sum and substance of it is that you There's only pointing. No, it's only pointer. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah. This is what Infosys COO has told. I want you to read it by yourself. Take a minute. It is extremely important. This is not just a talent war. It is a famine out there. There is a real shortage of skilled talent, honestly. Mark my words. Okay? To succeed, companies must hire, develop and retain talent better than competition. An enterprise progress in the digital journeys, and the winners will be those who utilize multiple hiring sources and reskill workers in a culture of lifelong learning. It is extremely important, lifelong learning. Invest in the people who are the ultimate differentiators in a commoditized world. This is further, that's of course, the rest is about Infosys, forget it. Essentially, the CEO of Infosys is telling that skilled professionals are in great demand. As simple as that. Okay, it is a famine out there. That means there is no food. If the skilled people are available, he is ready to hire them. That's what it means essentially. I think we already talked about it. India has created a lot of public digital platforms. I gave it here by the industry in utilities, in healthcare, in education, in travel transportation, welfare, okay, procurement, agriculture, finance, various public digital platforms which are getting created. You learn some of those platforms. For example, there is what is called as India Stack, which has been created by Nandan Nilekani and his team. Okay, if you just learn about India Stack, the chances that you will land up in a job are 10 to 15% go up. Okay, so please learn all these stacks, how they are being designed, how they are being architected. One, you should learn the fundamental programming and design skills. There is no choice. You should learn concepts very well. There is no choice. Okay, you should do a lot of projects, either inside the college or even outside the college. Nothing wrong. You can do a lot of projects outside the college as well. And learn a lot of soft skills. You have these 4 pyramids in your mind always, okay? And you will succeed. Why I have put projects in inverted pyramid deliberately? I could have shown 4 pyramids in line, right? One after the another. I deliberately put projects inverted because most of the people don't do projects seriously, unfortunately. But I want you to pay attention to that because it is the projects which will get you a job. Okay, whether you do inside the lab or outside the lab, inside the college, outside the college, projects are the real ones which will give you real world experience. And hence, deliberately, I wanted to highlight and I put an inverted pyramid there. Okay, so it is a lot of people don't pay attention to it. That's why I'm telling you. Okay, I did not do my BTech projects seriously. That's why I'm telling you. Okay, so let's go. Okay, successful professional journey is one not which enables you to earn money, but one which enables you to keep in demand always. After I left my corporate career, I have done my master's in business law. I have done some more courses in fintech and other areas. Why I am trying to learn continuously? Simple reason that I am a consultant now. If I am a consultant, I should be able to add value to my customer. How will I add value to my customer? By having more knowledge. So, a successful professional journey is one which enables you to keep in demand, okay? Not which enables you to earn money. Only continuous learning can enable that. Become a lifelong student. And if one has to build a successful career, one should have interest in the work he does. He should develop skills. He should pay attention to what is being taught. You not only learn from your teacher, you also learn from your fellow classmates, from your peers, from the industry, by reading, by talking, by doing so many things. There are multiple ways of learning. Have goals. Don't be goalless in life. Okay? Goal is not that, hey, I should get an Infosys job or I should get it. That's not a goal. Goal should be that I want to be in a position where I will be the architect for other kind of project 15 years down the line. That is goal. Okay? Not getting a job. Getting a job, everybody will get. What is big deal in that? There's nothing much in that. Okay? So, last but not the least, please learn value system. The Indian value system ethic flows from 3 basic principles of Indian philosophy. What is Indian philosophy? The first thing is human life follows karma theory through principles of quality and sanctity of life. Okay? So, what you are going to do it is going to give benefits to you. And then duty to preserve one God, not only individual but also common good. And duty to address imbalance in nature which may threaten the well-being of human life, society and environment. So please inculcate good ethics and value system as you go through it. I'm sure I was reading again your college, what is the other book? Sorry, forgot the name. Code of Conduct. A lot of good principles are enshrined in this. Posh Act has been referred to. Some of the punishments which are there for any wrongdoings are also there, unfortunately. Let's not go there. But I think you should adhere to the ethics what have been taught in this. Okay, it's a very good book. I urge all of you to read it. Okay, let's go to the last slide. So yad bhavam tad bhavati. What you think, you can make it happen. Okay, so please visualize your career as a successful contributor to the society, to the economy, to creation of jobs, and to the well-being of the society. That should be your goal, not to earn a job. Job is incidental and means, it's not an end in itself. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Your deep driving desire is, as your desire, so is your will. And once your will, so is your deed. And once your deed, so is your destiny. Okay? So what comes in the heart goes to mind. What comes to mind goes to hands and legs. What you do through deeds is going to result in fruits. Thank you. Wish you all the very best in your career. Now, I will leave the platform for any questions. I'm here to answer. I hope I'm in time. Go ahead. You're all youngsters, you should be courageous. What is that? It's like asking your dad a question, what big deal, you know? You ask 20 questions a day, right, to him, right? So what is big deal? Nobody is going to evaluate you for your questions. In fact, they are going to appreciate you. Otherwise, I'll pick people who will ask me a question. Oh God. Okay, she will ask a question. Give to that person. Yeah. She will ask a question. Whatever question comes to your mind. No, the person below. There. Yeah. You can ask a question. Yep. Okay, good. Chalo.
So you spoke about all these, no, sir?
Yes, please. Yeah, it's audible.
You have spoken about all this to us, no, sir. What is its summary, sir?
Summary, I told you. Become a good professional, learn well. There are a lot of jobs awaiting you.
And what do you think is the future of IT companies, sir?
Which companies you mean?
IT company as in whole, sir.
As in whole, I told you, the industry is today around about $180 billion. It is going to go to $350 billion. So, if you have some 1,500 companies today, by 2028 you should have 3,000 companies.
No, that's not why I asked, sir. As in which field exactly in IT, as in which field particularly is going to have a great future, sir? As in, is it the digital side,
Yeah, that's what I showed one slide. If you look at entire $150 billion today, around about 20% comes from digital. 80% comes from the traditional IT services. Okay? By 2026-27, that portion, 20%, is going to become 50%. So the digital technologies are going to be the major focus. What are digital technologies? Whatever we covered, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, analytics, mobile, IoT, all these are digital technologies.
Exactly, sir. Which of that part is going to be the more?
Each one of them will have huge demand. Each one of them.
Yes, sir. Exactly, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, cloud computing is a fundamental. Okay, cloud computing obviously comes through both Amazon Web Services as well as Microsoft Azure. There are a lot of open source framework, cloud technology frameworks. So once you get into that, you will start realizing it.
And what are your thoughts about cyber security, sir?
Cyber security will have 2 times more demand than cloud.
Thank you, sir.
Some boys here. Otherwise, I'm going to pick a guy. Okay, that yellow shirt person here. Go ahead, sir.
I don't have any question, but hearing to you was very educational and very useful for me.
Yeah, that's okay. I want a question, man.
I don't have any questions, sir. Everything that you said was.
Okay, pass on to that gentleman then.
He also don't have any questions.
Oh my God! At least she was courageous here. Okay, good.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Good.
Sir, at the beginning you told about investment and foreign investment and all. They come here and in India's GDP also you told, sir. But you failed to explain about inflation rate and the taxation, sir.
Oh, okay. It's a good question. Okay.
Which is drastically high when compared to other countries.
Yeah. It is true. I think, in a growing economy, inflation is always going to be high. Because there are only so many amount of goods which get produced. The number of people with income is rising, and hence the demand for those goods will be higher. It's a simple economic principle, right? The moment there is a particular good and more number of people want to buy it, the price is going to go. Okay. So from that perspective, inflation is bound to be there in any developing economy because we are not a state-controlled economy, right? We are a open economy, right? It's like a capitalistic economy in a way. Okay.
What about taxation?
Yeah, taxation. I'm coming to taxation. India has been a high taxation country. In fact, I don't know. Till 1975, the tax used to be 50%, 60%. Okay, some of you may not know. Okay, so the taxes have been gradually reducing over the last few years. If you ask me, last few means almost I would say 12, 13 years. Okay, but there is a certain amount of taxation which is unavoidable. Around about 25 to 30% is unavoidable. I think government is seriously thinking. A lot of economists are also trying to move towards a low taxation economy. We can do that provided we have enough systems to track the cash flow which is happening. Unfortunately, we don't have enough systems to track the cash flow. Okay, the moment you are able to track the flow of goods and services, okay, so then you can put more and more taxes at the end and reduce the income tax. The tax has got many components. Income tax is a direct tax. Okay, there are indirect taxes. Indirect taxes is your consumption tax. You can move more towards consumption tax, provided you are able to trace the flow of the cash. Informal economy in India is around about 50%. That means people don't declare 50% of their income. Unfortunately, the problem is with us as well. Okay, we cannot blame the government always. If If you look at it, in fact, at least now the formal informal economy has reduced quite a bit, from 70% to 50%. Otherwise, over the last 20 years, you see average, it used to be around about 75, 100%. Okay? That means if our average GDP today is around about $2.7 trillion, there is another $2 trillion which is not recorded anywhere. So much of cash flows. Okay? Anyhow, that's a big topic altogether. So let's not go there. Taxations, already taxations for MSMEs have been reduced. Taxation for some corporates have been reduced. Income tax for individuals has to be reduced. They are having a lot of thoughts for it, but they don't know how to do it. They are figuring out ways to do it. Okay? We have to move towards a low taxation economy, no question about it.
So, and can you give a brief information about inflation?
Inflation, I already told you, right?
Like most of them don't understand, so.
Most
what
of them
exactly
don't.
it's?
Okay, fair. If there is this mobile, okay, suppose 4 people want to buy it, okay, the cost is 25,000. Suppose 10 people want to buy it, what I will do? I will say cost is 40,000. The amount of people, the demand for products is becoming more and more. For example, if I want to buy a plot of land in Bangalore, okay, say 10 years back near Devanahalli, I was the only fellow, or probably 10 others were interested. But now if I go, there are 50 other people interested in buying the same piece of land. So the cost of the land has gone up. Has the value of the land gone up? No, answer is no. But the cost of the land has gone up because the number of people who want to buy it has gone up. Inflation, to a certain extent, in a developing economy is inevitable. You can't control it beyond a point. Okay? And also, fuel contributes to inflation because we import a lot of fuel. Okay? 80% of Brent is imported by us. So, at the moment the fuel price goes up globally, the fuel prices are going to go up in India. We have no choice of that. And hence, that is going to drive up the logistics cost, which is 15%, and that is going to add to the inflation of commodities. Okay? So, it's a cycle. There is nowhere you can kind of plug it, if you ask me. The only area where government has some choice to plug the fuel price rise is in the tax which they impose. Around about 35%. 30-35% they impose, right? State governments impose around about 18%. Central government imposes around about 18-20%. So total out of 100 rupees bill, 35-40 rupees is the tax. Okay? Neither state governments are willing to reduce, nor central government is willing to reduce because they cannot sustain their government otherwise. See, our annual budget is around about 30,000 to 35,000 crores. Budget, not economy. Economy is different, budget is different. Budget comes through taxation. So if they have to spend on infrastructure, defense, education, welfare schemes, so many things, tax is the only source of revenue. So government also operates like a corporation at the end of the day. It's like your house. I get 100 rupees here, I have to spend 100 rupees. If I can't get 100 rupees, I cannot spend 100 rupees. So how can I spend 100 rupees? Because I have to give welfare schemes, I have to, and this year, the last year, 2020, economy took a big dip, right? And still, the welfare schemes have to be maintained. So it's not such a simple question that, hey, why are you not doing it? There is a big economics behind it, whole thing. Okay? I'm not a defender of any government, okay? I'm just speaking as a neutral observer. Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. But that was a good and tough question.
Thank you, sir. So always my students need a little bit of push that what you did now. A great thing. And one common question on behalf of all my parents. This is a question in their mind that after 3 years or 4 years, do they really send their child for the job or for the higher studies? It's always common question. So what's your opinion? Job or a PG?
Oh, okay. Good,
after
good
3 years or
question.
4 years.
Yeah. That's a very good question. Okay. I suggest if you can afford, go for your post-graduation. If you cannot afford, get into a job. That's a simple answer. Okay? Because don't kill your passion to learn if you can. Okay? You will all easily get a job after post-graduation. Okay? I remember when I passed out, I'm giving a personal example here. I had a campus offer. I was one among the 3 who were selected in the campus. We were 180 engineers. Only 3 engineers got campus offer. Unfortunately, I was one of the 3. Okay, fortunately, whatever you can put it. Okay, so I was about to leave for my post graduation. Okay, so I'm from a place called Anantapur in Andhra Pradesh. I came to Bangalore to go to Trichy for joining my MTech. But I got a telegram from my dad. There is no way you will not join the job. Okay? So in those days there was no mobile, no phone, nothing, right? It's only telegrams which used to work. I was in my sister's house in Bangalore. I got a telegram. And in those days we used to respect our parents, right? We have no choice. Whatever they say, we have to listen. So I left I did not go for my PG, I went for the job. Do I regret the decision? Answer is yes. I would have gone for PG, I would have pursued my interest. Okay? But did I not benefit by joining a job? Answer is no. I got extremely benefited by joining a job. Okay? Did I answer that question?
Thank you. And one more last question on behalf of all colleges for this question. One last question, sir.
Sir, please. You can ask any more questions, sir. No problem.
No, because as the NEP is implemented in Karnataka, there are multiple exit points of first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. A common question from the institution point is that do industries really prepared for it? Because when the government or the policy states that the student can exit after first year, second year, third year, and fourth year, does industries prepared for it? That's what my question.
Yeah, it's a very good new education policy, I think. Yeah, I should have referred to it in my talk. Okay, I personally think new education policy is a very good policy, honestly. Okay, may not be in cities, but at least in tier 2 towns, it's going to benefit heavily because there are a lot of dropouts after first year, second year. At least they'll walk out with some diploma and things like that. Okay, and they would have earned some skills. Okay, so from that perspective, I really felt that a new education policy is good. Now, is the industry ready to absorb? Answer is yes and no. Okay. Yes, because I'll give you an example. All of you know Narayana Hrudayalaya, right? Okay. Narayana Hrudayalaya used to recruit nurses from colleges of nursing, BSc nursing, MSc nursing, whatever is the degree, right? And Devi Shetty had a big problem because most of these nurses, they join Narayana Hrudayalaya, within a year or two they exit. They go to Dubai, they go to Middle East. Most of them are from Kerala or South India and things like that, and they will get 1 or 2 experience, and his attrition in nurses was pretty high. Okay, so what he did was, he could not manage this problem because each time a nurse joins, he has to train them, and within 18 to 24 months, she quits. Okay, so he went and recruited 10th class passouts. Okay, he did not go for BSc nursing people. He said, I am going to recruit 500 10th class passouts. I am going to train them for 9 months in nursing, and because they don't have a BSc degree, okay, they anyhow will not leave for Middle East. Even if they want to go to, he facilitated them to do BSc nursing in parallel. But at least they will stay with him for 4 years. Okay? So, industry is ready to absorb, provided you have skills. Okay? So, if you teach as much fundamentals as possible in first 18 months, so that they can get into any programming job anywhere, I think it will be good for the students and this. So my sincere request to you as a principal is, teach them cloud, teach them operating system principles, teach them architecture, teach them design, teach them computer architecture, programming, these 5-6 courses along with labs thoroughly. Once you teach them our database systems, once they get fundamentals, even if they leave after 18 months, they can easily get a job. Not a
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Otherwise, thank you. Wish you all the best in your career. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah. Okay, it is not that it is given importance, engineering per se, it's not. That is, of course, societal phenomena.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I'm not a sociologist to explain that. Okay. But anyhow, let me try and answer your question. Why companies prefer engineers? Yes. Is that your question? Yes. Okay. If I can.
And most of the students prefer engineering because of the job.
Yeah, that is true. Because
if they are not interested also.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because the jobs were high. Okay. And most of the companies used to go to engineering colleges to recruit electronics and computer science people because the demand was there much. The moment that source started becoming less for them because the numbers were more and the number of qualified electronics and computer science engineers were less, so they started recruiting other streams also because the engineering colleges started introducing programming course and some operating systems courses for mechanical and electrical students as well. So they were, and also mechanical students learn some of the electronics courses in their BTech. Okay, so what happens is that electrical students learn a lot of electronics courses as well. So they were semi-trained, and hence the companies were picking up. Okay, so now the question is, there is a certain amount of analytical framework which gets built in the engineering curriculum, which basically because they learn a lot of mathematics and to a certain extent physics, but more of mathematics, applied mathematics. And applied mathematics is a very important component for a software job because you develop a lot of algorithms and all of that. So certain amount of mathematics background helps in a big way in this one. So I sincerely suggest if you can do some couple of mathematics courses as well for the students. Okay, advanced mathematics if you can. Okay, that will be good. Especially entire algorithms, data structures is around mathematics. In fact, entire machine learning, data analytics is all around statistics and other areas. So they better learn some mathematics concepts if they can. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Little bit, but I was not still clear.
Oh, still not clear means how much more? I don't know. What is there in what is that which is bothering you?
Yeah, because all the engineering students are not up to the level. But even though they are getting more preference than other courses.
Yeah, I agree. You see, it's like, typically what happens is, it's a even rural-urban phenomenon to some extent. I'll tell you why. Most of the people in interviews, when we interview urban people, we find that their communication skills are good. But they may be technically as good or as bad as a rural guy. Rural guy has very pure communication skills most of the times. But he will be technically, he is good. Though he is equally good, we tend to give benefit of doubt to the urban people. It's a very human thing. In an interview, if the person doesn't speak, we feel he doesn't have knowledge. But actually, maybe having knowledge. So it is like that. To a certain extent, what happens is engineers as a community were getting recruited much more. Okay, and hence it's a sociological bias which has continued. It's more a bias. It's a bias which has to be rectified. But there is no way for a recruiter to judge a candidate within half an hour of the interview how good or bad he is, right? Or she is, sorry. Okay, he or she is. So now, for me to judge that, the one of major parameters is academics. For example, I went to RSC Suratkal once, way back in 96 for campus recruitment. Okay. So my fellow interviewers were trying to ask C questions, that and all that. I told boss, why are you interviewing them? They are state first, second, state fifth, state 8. What do you interview them? You just pick them up. I picked 20 candidates and came up. So it's a bias, you see. Oh, they are state rankers. Why should I interview them? It's just a bias. That's all. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Like, which are the skills is really needed for our growth?
Which are the skills?
Which is really needed for our growth, like career growth. Like,
all the skills
which are important, like.
I told all of them. Again, I repeat, artificial intelligence is extremely important. Okay, machine learning is extremely. It's like, I'll tell you how. If you want to cook a good sambar, okay, you need good dal, you need good spices, you need everything, right? It is like that, and you need a good cook, right? Cook is this person, right? And you need a good knowledge about artificial intelligence, cyber security. Because there are a lot of security aspects which come in design of a project. There are a lot of database aspects which come in the project. There are a lot of machine learning aspects which come into the project. So everything is important. Okay, there is nothing which is less important in that. Honestly, if you ask. So I want all of you to get this. All those courses, IoT, blockchain, everything is demand is high. Honestly, I'm telling you, there is huge shortage of people. Yesterday I was doing due diligence, I was facilitating due diligence for some 200 crore company to be acquired by another, that company was around about 2,500 crores, okay? This 2,500 crores company was acquiring this 200 crores company, okay? And the due diligence means that company comes, they looks at the projects, the clients they interact with, what are the kind of projects they have done, what are the skills of various people, etc., etc. That's what happens in due diligence. Because I am acquiring, that company is acquiring, right? They have to verify. So, I'll tell you honestly, all the people, at least 50% of the people were multi-skilled in this 400 people company, right? 200 crores they are. All were multi-skilled. Everybody knew both at least 2 skills. It's not just 1 skill. 2 to 3 skills they had, always. They knew cloud, they knew IoT, they knew cloud, they knew cyber security. Cloud was the base, obviously. Then you need to understand legal aspects. So everything becomes important, right? Similarly, as a programmer and a designer, all the skills are important, okay? But pick up the skill in which you get more interested and specialize in it. So everybody has to go for what is called as a T-shaped learning. What is a T-shaped learning? Depth in one area, breadth across all, okay? T for Tom, okay? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Just to add one more, to make it very simple, I can just give an example. It's just like ladies going for shopping. So they like complete store, they like a lot of clothes, but they'll end up purchasing only one cloth. It's like the same thing. So we have a lot of technical skills in the market. It's about you to like which one is supposed to select, because that company has market for each and every technology. So it's about own personal interest. If you're interested in cloud computing, yes, we have a market. If you're interested in cloud and also IoT and blockchain, the market is there for each and every technology. It's about your wish, about what has to be learned. Thank you.
Since many of these questions have come up twice, okay, let me tell you, cloud is the base, right? If you have cloud expertise, there is 50% chance that you will get a job, okay? And if you have additional things like cyber security or blockchain or additional things, your chances will be very high. Anything else? We're done, right? Yep. If there are no more questions, we'll call it a day. Wishing you all the best in your careers, and thanks to your parents for facilitating this interaction. My due regards to all of them. Thank you.
Good afternoon to one and all. It's my privilege to introduce our today's chief guest, Puneet Raj KN. Puneet Raj is the founder and CEO of Seminar Room and Education and Industry platform of collaboration and a tech startup. He served as HOD and mentor for management department at Jain University. He is the advisory board for the colleges like Aryan Group of Institutions, GTMT, SRSI, etc.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕು, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, ಅದು ಕನ್ನಡ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ. ಅದನ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೂಡ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ, ಇನ್ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹುಡ್ತೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ದಿನ ಅಂತ ಇಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಅನಾದಿ, ತುಂಬಾ ಪುರಾತನವಾದಂತಹ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಜನ ಭಾಷೆ, ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತ ಭಾಷೆ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಸರಿಯಾದ ನಾವು ಆಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅದು ಆಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನ ಬಳಸೋಣ, ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚೆಚ್ಚು ಬಳಸಿ ಓದಿ ಬರೆದು ಉಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡಿ, ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ನಿಗೇನೋ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೊಡೆದು ನೀನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನನ್ನ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವನಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ನಾಯಿ ಬಾವಿ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆರಳನ್ನು ನೋಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಾಯಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೊಗಳುತ್ತೆ, ಬಾಯಿಲಿರೋ ಮೂಳೆ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳು ಅಂತ. ಅವನು ವಾಪಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ದ, ಅಪ್ಪ ನನಗೆ ಅವನಿನ್ನು ಈಗ 3.5 ವರ್ಷ, ಮುಂದಿನ ತಿಂಗಳು 4 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ದ ನನಗೆ, ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದವ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಯಾಕೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ನಂಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ ಅವನು. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ್ವಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯ ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ನೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್, ನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ international language. Without you knowing English, you don't get recruited, right? So today it's very important you now learn English as a communication, as a business language. You need to learn that. Doesn't mean that ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನ ಮರ್ತ್ಬಿಡೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆ. ಮನೇಲಿ ತೆಲುಗು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತೆಲುಗು ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ಮನೇಲಿ ತಮಿಳ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ತಮಿಳ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ಮರೆತ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನೀವೇ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ thanks a lot. Let me thank Professor Vijay sir for inviting to address the entire gathering. It's a wonderful experience being a part of this great technical crowd who will be shaping the future of this country. Before I start, except parents alde, students, ondsala ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Please stand up. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಕೈನಾ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಐಟಿಗೆ ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಎಕ್ಸೈಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಫಿಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಎತ್ತಿ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಎಗರ್ಬೋದ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಹೊಡೆಯೋಣ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಡೌನ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಎ ಲಾಟ್. ನನಗೆ ಈಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ರಮಾಕಾಂತ್ ಜಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಸ್ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ I'm sure there is very one or two who don't understand Kannada here. I hope everybody understand Kannada. So sadhyavadashu I'll try to mix because of to respect my language. This is November. Also to try to speak most of my interactions in Kannada for this month. I'm trying to inculcate this month. So let me practice from today. I got an opportunity to speak in this. So let me start speaking, interacting with you in Kannada. So most of the things Ramakantji has covered the macro view of how the economy is, how you have to be there, what skills you require, computing skills, the basics as a basics. I'm not a tech guy. I don't get into those things. But let me tell the story which one of the speaker in stage told me when I was a student. ನಾನು ಡಿಗ್ರಿಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನಗೊಬ್ಬರು ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಯಾರೋ ಈಗ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಕತೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಕತೆ ಬೇಕಾ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಕತೆ ಬೇಕು? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕತೆ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಸಹಜ ಗುಣ, ಕತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಏಜ್. ಅವ್ರು ಅವತ್ತೊಂದು ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀನಿ, ಯಾರ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿನಿ. ಆ ಕತೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಂಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ಡ್ ಮೀ. ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಇತ್ತಂತೆ. ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. Anybody here who don't understand Kannada? Anybody? Don't hesitate, it's okay. We appreciate you understand. Somebody from outside of Karnataka who come here. Okay. Am I audible? Yeah. ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಇತ್ತಂತೆ. ಆ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಆ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ರಾಜ ಆಗೋನು ಕೇವಲ ಆ 3-4 ವರ್ಷ ಅವಧಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ರಾಜನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಾಜ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಓಪನ್. ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಮಗನೋ ಮಗಳೋ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ರಾಜನಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಒಂದೇ ಅರ್ಹತೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಅಥವಾ 4 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜನಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನದಿ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸರೋವರದ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡವಾದಂತ ಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಭೀಕರವಾದ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಯಾರು ರಾಜರಾಗಿದ್ರೋ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆ ಕಡೆ ದಡದ ಹತ್ರ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಯಾರು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ರೀತಿಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜರೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ ಇರಲ್ವೋ ಅಲ್ಲೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಅರಾಜಕತೆ ಉಂಟಾಗತ್ತೆ. ರಾಜ ಇಲ್ದಿರೋದು ಅರಾಜಕತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್ಸ್, ಡಕಾಯ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಇವತ್ತು ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾನ ಕೆಲವರು ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ಗಳಾಗ್ತಿರೋದು ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಗಳು ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ರಾಜ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಾಗ್ತಿರೋದಲ್ಲಿ. ತಾಲಿಬಾನ್ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ರೂಲರ್ ದೇ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಬಂತು, ಏನಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕಾನೂನು, ಈ ಕಾನೂನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಕಾನೂನು. ಸೊ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯುವಕ ಬಂದಂತೆ. ಒಂದು ಮಧ್ಯರಾತ್ರಿ ಒಂದು ಗಂಟೆ, ಆ ಗಂಟೆ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರೆ ಮಧ್ಯರಾತ್ರಿ ಠಣ್ 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 ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದ ಬಂತು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಓಡ್ ಬಂದ್ರು ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ದ, ನಾನು ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ರಾಜನಾಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧನಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದ. ಓ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಆ ರಾಜ ಸುಮಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಾಡ್ದ. ಅವನ ಅಂತಿಮ ದಿನ ಬಂತು. ಅಂತಿಮ ದಿನ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಅವತ್ತು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬೀಳ್ಕೊಡುಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್. ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದಿನ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದೇ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ತರ, ಇದೇ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಟ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಡೇ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್. ಆ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಗೋ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಬಿಟ್ಟು ದುಃಖ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಇವನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿಲ್ದೆ, ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ದೆ, ವಿರಾಟ್ ಕೊಹ್ಲಿ ತರ ಇಲ್ದೆ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ನೋ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್. ಧೋನಿ ತರ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ನಾಟ್ ಕೊಹ್ಲಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಧೋನಿ, ಕೂಲ್ ಕಾಮ್. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಇದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಧೋನಿ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ನಮ್ಗೆ, ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ಹೋಗಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ರು, ಬಹಳ ದುಃಖ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಬಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಸುಮಾರು ತಿಂಗಳ ನಂತರ ಇವನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಂತೆ. ಆ ಯುವಕ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಂತೆ, ಕಿಂಗ್. ಎರಡು ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ, ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವನು ಹೇಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದ ಇವನು ಅಂತ. ಆಗ ಅವನು ಹೇಳಿದಂತೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ರಾಜನಾಗಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಆ 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಆದಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಅವನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಸರೋವರದ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಇವನು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ, ಒಂದು ಸಿಟಿಯನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ. ಆ ಸಿಟಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಆಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಸೇಫ್ ಗಾರ್ಡೆಡ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ನೀವು ರಾಜರಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. KLE ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ BCA ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. Now we have to throw you into the forest of corporate. You want to recruit you there, you need some skills. Correct? This day is important. This day is very, very, very important. If not today, there is no tomorrow. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯ CEO, ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಕಂಪನಿ CEO ಆಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ 1.5-2 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ರೆಕ್ರೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ಟೆಕ್ ಗಾಯ್ಸ್ನ. ಸರಿಯಾದ ಹುಡುಗರು ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸುಮಾರು 150 ಜನಗಳನ್ನ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಪವನ್ ಹೆಸರು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿಜಯ್ ಸರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೋಗೋಸ್. ಇದು ಲೋಗೋ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಈ ಲೋಗೋ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈಸಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್, ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೇ ಹುಡುಗ ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ಸರ್ ನಾವು BCom ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕೆಲಸ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. BCom ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು? ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ನಿನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಏನ್ ಕಲ್ತೀಯ 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ? ನಾನು ಟೈಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಟೈಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ವರ್ಚು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ? ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಾಕೋದು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮುಂಚೆ ಅರ್ಧೋಗರ ಪ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಹಾಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಸರಿ, ಅದೇ ವರ್ಚು. ಫೈನ್, ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್, ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ಟೈಮ್, okay, punctuality, it's a virtue, it is not a skill. What skill? Have you learned how to analyze financial statements? Equity valuation ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ರಮಾಕಾಂತ್ ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹತ್ರ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? He was explaining how to value a company. In the morning we had a discussion. Last week he has valued a company to be bought, a 200 crore worth company, 2,000 ಕೋಟಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ಬೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ, somebody ask, okay, I'll answer this question also, Vijay sir. ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ. ನನ್ನ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್, ನನ್ನ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಒಂದು ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ ರಿತಿಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಇದನ್ 4th ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಅವ್ರು 50,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 50,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ, ಇದನ್ 4th ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್, ಸುಕೃತಿ ಇನ್ನ ಹುಡುಗಿ, ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ 4th BE ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 20-25,000 ಆಸ್ ಅ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ರೆಡಿ. ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ಗೋಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್? Absolutely important, my friends. Without that, how do you know you have learned this? But is it only important ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ಕೇವಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ 3 ವರ್ಷ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಾರಿ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟೆಡ್. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್? ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಜಾವಾನ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್, ನರ್ಜ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲರ್ನ್, ಇವತ್ತಿಂದ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಇನ್ US ಶುರು ಆಗೋದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಶುರು ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ಗಳು ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನು ರೂಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜಗತ್ತು ರೂಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಂತ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ಗಳು. 50s 60s ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ತರ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್, ಕ್ರೇಜಿ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ಗಳು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ದ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಟ್? ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್. Go to movies, no doubt. Bunk? Okay, go. Friday. But doesn't mean that you make every day. Once in a while, fine. Sit there in the classroom. Go and talk. Ask questions. Read more. 1 or 2 hours every day. Invest at what is the skills I have to learn. Can I be the leader in the future? Can I create a company which change the world? I have the passion in you. If you don't have passion, ಯಾರು ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಊಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆ ಥರ ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಇನ್ನು 3 years ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸೂ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ನೀನು ಅಂತ. ಹೋಗೋ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನು ರೂಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೋಗೋ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಏನೋ ಅಂತ. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನೋಬಡಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಯು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್. ನೋಬಡಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕರೇಜ್, ಯುವರ್ ಕನ್ವಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟುಡೇ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ರೀಪ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ? ಬರೀ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ? ನನ್ನ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಭಿಷೇಕ್, ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಸಸ್ಗಳು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಸಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡದೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್. Inculcate that habit in you, respecting all others, including your teachers, including your parents, everybody in the society. ಅದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕರ್ಮ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ರಮಾಕಾಂತ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದೇ 90s ಬಾರ್ನ್, ಇಂದ ಮುಂಚೆ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. Fine, please take care of that attitude, because when recruiting people, not just look at skills, your attitude does matter. ಒಬ್ಬ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಸಾರಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬಟನ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಬಟನ್ ತೆಗಿಯೋದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಇವತ್ತು ಹುಡುಗರು ಹಿಂಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್? ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್, ದಿಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್? ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್. ಈ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹೋಮ್ ಡಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್. But if you want to get into a good corporate, please learn these things. When formal days in the please make sure with no reasons I'll come in a formals. I dress up myself properly. I'll iron the shirts and my dress properly. I come on time. No excuse. Ardogera pantu. Please avoid these things. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಷ್ಟು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದಿನ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಾಂಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನನ್ನ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಬ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ನನ್ನ VC ಸುರೇಶ್ ನರಸಿಂಹ ಅಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರ ಮಗ. ಅವನ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅವನು 5ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನ ಹುಡುಗ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಂಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರ್ತಿರೋ ಹುಡುಗರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿರೋ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದವರಲ್ಲ ಮೈ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. 8ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ದಟ್ ಫಿಯರ್. ನಮ್ಗ ಫಿಯರ್ ನಿಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯು. ಏನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಹುಡುಗರ ಹತ್ರ, ಅಮೇಸಿಂಗ್. ಅವರಷ್ಟು ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಗ್ರೇಟ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೂರ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್, ನಾಟ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್, ಗುಡ್. You read newspapers? Taxation, inflation, length great question, right? You have to worry about the juniors who are coming with you, who will compete with you. Then what is that? ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಓಡ್ತಿದ್ಯೋ ಆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಲೋ ಆದ್ರೂ ಎಡು ಬೀಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಅಂತೂ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರನ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಟ್ ವಿಚ್ it is going. Correct? So, okay, let me not take much of your time. Let me end this in just 1 minute. Thanks a lot. So, as I told all today, last 3 days, people respect the amount about one person called. Coincidentally, I carry, the tag to his name. Nanu kuda Punit. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಲಿ ನಾನೇನು ಫಿಲಮ್ ಆಕ್ಟರ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅವತ್ತು ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ನು ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು. ಅವ್ರ ಮೂವೀಸ್ನ ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ? Why did he start feeling about him? Personality. Yeah. Any other? Sorry? Helping nature. Then? Simplicity. Very good. Humanity, humbleness, respect, XYZ. Let me quote, I was just saying in the morning when I was there in Sir room. A seminar room we organized on program last month. I contacted an actor to give motivation to you. For 1 hour, he charged 3 lakh rupees, but I didn't call him. There was another guy who appeared Paralympics. He said, I'll come. Unfortunately, I know very well. He said, you pay me 30,000 rupees, I'll come and give a talk. 1 hour talk ಗೆ 30,000 ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬರೋಣ? ಅದೇ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಹೇ ಕಾಲ್ ಪುನೀತ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಇಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಪುನೀತ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ ಸರ್, ಇದು ಸೂಪರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ? ಸೂಪರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಅವನು. ಆ ಮೂವೀಸ್ ನಾನಂತೂ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿದೀನಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು ಬರ್ತಾನ ಅಂತ, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಕರೀಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಬರಲ್ವೇನೋ ಅನ್ನೋ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವ್ನು ಕರೆದಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಅನ್ಬೇಡ ಪಾಪ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಕರೆದಿದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ. Such a simplicity. A son of great actor. Alva? He being such a superstar, he carried that humbleness. Simplicity. Respect to others. Respect to elders. ಯಾವತ್ತ ನೋಡಿದಿರ ಅವರು ಹೇಗೆ ಎಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋ ಅಂತ? ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೋತ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ನ ಇವರಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯು. ನೋಡಿ, ವಿಜಯ್ ಸರ್ ಪವನ್ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾರೆ ದಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪವನ್? ಪವನ್ ಒಂದು ಪವನ್ ಕರೆದ್ರಲ್ಲ ವಿಜಯ್ ಸರ್, ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೈಡ್, ಯಾರ್ ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಡಿಸ್ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. Will you promise? Everybody? Yes? Yes, sir. I love? Myself. Very good. I love? I love? We vedappa. I love? I love? My teachers. I love? My nation, guys. ಈ ಮೂರನ್ನ ಮರಿಬೇಡಿ. ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. I love my parents. I love my nation. At the end, let me quote this and let me end my quote. Amantaram aksharam nasti, nasti moolam anoshadam, ayugya purusho nasti, yojakastrata dullabha. Every aksharas can be mantras. Every leaves can be medicines. Every person, individual can be useful. What we lack is entrepreneurs, enablers. Okay, try becoming that. Okay, work for some time, be a job seeker, but create jobs, because as Ramakanji said, India has a great future. ಭಾರತ ವಿಶ್ವಗುರು ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರವು ತಪ್ಪಿಸಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಭಾರತ ವಿಶ್ವಗುರು ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಭಾರತದ ಭಾಗದ ವಿಶ್ವಗುರುವಿನ ಭಾಗ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience with our students regarding the placements. Now I call our chief guest Abhishek R to address the gathering.
Okay, my speech short, sweet, and in continuation with what Puneet sir told me. And let me share the simple quote what my teacher told me. See, generally teachers have a lot of knowledge, right? They express that in the classroom, right? My teacher told me this: I have not come here to show what I have. I'm here to see what you can take, right? So that's one of the biggest lessons for me. So that's where I'm going to start. I don't have a very scripted, script or whatever they call. I'm a very simple speaker, right? So I'm going to do 2 exercises, and then one short story, and I'm done. Right? So, is there any volunteers who wants to come? But before that, I put a disclaimer. It's a very simple 10 seconds. I need your time. Right? And if you hesitate to come, you will regret later. That's all. Who wants to come? Raise your hands quickly. Come. Round of applause. Now I see more people. Okay, quickly, your name, what is your goal in the next 5 years?
Well, myself, Smriti Gopalakrishna, I aim to be in cyber security as an ethical hacker.
Okay,
That's my
great,
aim.
great. Next, stay here. Come. Very good. Smooth. Very good.
Myself, Varshini, and my goal is to survive in a IT company with a well experience.
With well experience. Okay, great. Good.
Myself, Shama and Rao, and I want to join defense as an intelligent.
Great. Very good.
I'm Deena, I want to be a web designer.
Web designer.
Myself, Rakshita, I want to become a web designer.
Myself, Kanchana, I should become a great daughter for my parents.
You want to become a great daughter that you already are, right? Right. Okay, you heard 6, right? 6 different goals, 6 different names, right? And in the next 5 years, right, they all have amazing goals to look forward to. Trust me, these 6 people who are here, your parents have come? Okay, promise to their parents who are here or in absentia, whoever. So, it's a promise. I will take the liberty of the department saying that, sir and madam, today they're introducing themselves, right? Tomorrow someone else will introduce them, right? So, wait for that day. And when you said web designer, someone else will introduce you that you're a web designer, and that's where you should get to, right? Thank you so much, and keep this goal, keep this spirit, and after 3 years, I will come back to the same stage, seeing all 6 of you being something else and introduced by someone else, right? That should be your goal. Good job, thank you. So, apparently they walked in first. I don't have any discrimination per se. No problem. Doesn't matter. So, okay. I'll also answer the question, why not boys? That's because boys are like me, right? If they ask a question they don't know, but I'll tell you, they will spur up with life like anything, right? So, and I understand why boys don't come because it's okay. Yeah, I understand that you should feel it. Right. Now, moving on to the next one. Why did I see? Someone asked, what is the most important skill? Right? That's where I wanted to tell you a short story. 100 years back, there was a boot seller who came to India. Okay? 100 years back, he came to a small village in India. He was a boot seller. And he had about 2 pounds in his pocket. He did not have any more money than that. He just had 2 pounds. He comes to a village with fancy shoes, fancy leather making skills, right? He's an amazing bootsman. He comes there and he sets up a store, right? And he says, all of them are not wearing even slippers. How am I going to sell shoes? Right? I don't have a market. I don't have a market. But his friend told, none of them are wearing shoes and slippers, that is your market. Right? So this is where the solution lies. And the story continues, it doesn't stop here. So he makes a bet and he stays in India, in a small village. Surprisingly, he's waiting to pay, he's waiting for people to adapt. He's waiting for people to buy the shoes, all that is there. Suddenly, there is a huge, so he sees a small village gathering happening there. And in that village gathering, he sees people complaining about one major problem, which is the monkey problem. Okay? At that time, monkeys used to come and all have, make a lot of ruckus inside the house, spill the food, do all of it, and it used to be a huge problem for them. Right? Loss of property, all that was there. So these villagers have gathered to figure out a solution for it. Right? Now, in your understanding, what could be a solution for a monkey problem coming inside your house? Just give a couple of answers. Just two variants. Quick. What is it? Poison them. Okay. Then, what could be the other one? Huh? Any other solutions that you can think of to stop the monkeys coming into your house? Crackers. Okay. Then, nice, interesting answers. Just like you. Yes, sir.
Grow more trees so that it doesn't come to your house.
That's an idealistic solution, right? So that is ideology, right? What you guys told me was a very, let me put it this way, is very succinct. Succinct is basically being very sufficient. Okay, to this moment I'll burst a cracker. He said a long-term solution, okay? Grow more trees so that they don't come to you, okay? That is an ideal solution. Why? Because the solution is at least 10 years away for it to give you a fruit, right? So what could you do immediately? Put wooden doors, right? Keep electric shock. That was not there 100 years back, right? But still, this food seller, okay, gave a wonderful solution. He said, you guys have a problem, which means that I have a business. When there is a problem, there is business. Okay? What is that business? Solution. So he comes to the villagers and says, I have a lot of money, but he has only 2 pounds in the pocket. He comes and says, I have a lot of money in my pocket. And he says, for every monkey that villagers catch, right, I will give you 1 rupee. Okay? He said, for every monkey that is being caught and put inside this cage, I will give you 1 rupee. Now, what happened? Few people started going behind the monkeys, right? And then slowly what happened? He announced 1 rupee becomes 2 rupees. 2 rupees becomes 3 rupees, and sometimes it becomes 10 rupees. Now, people are behind monkeys and the monkeys are not behind it. Okay? So, that is what, this is the story. And what happens is they put everything in the cage. After one point of time, he gives 50 rupees per monkey and there are no monkeys. Right? And there are no monkeys. Now, this is where you guys need to understand. And the story doesn't stop there. The story, he comes and says, my point was not to give you money. Right? My point was to give you a solution which you yourself could have figured out. Right? So what did he tell? 3 lessons from here. One is work unified. Right? Teamwork. People were looking for monkeys even from the next city. They became that curious. I mean, you know Indians, right? See how they work their own ways. They can get anything that you want. They'll get monkey from UK itself. So that's how they work. So the whole point here is 3 lessons. Right? Are you the monkeys or are you the villagers? But my solution to you guys is, be the businessman. Right? Be the person who can make or break the monkeys. Make human monkeys and make the monkeys human beings. Right? I'm not telling in the literal sense, but you can change the world with your thinking. That is the biggest skill, madam. Someone asked. Right? Perception. The next thing that I want to see is perception. What is perception? People saw monkeys as a problem. Only the businessmen saw monkey as a... Exactly. That is perception. That's the second lesson. The third lesson from it is, it's not all about money. Right? It's not all about money. Whether you have money or not is very, very different. It's very, very different in the real world. Right? So there is something called having money, and there is something called making people believe that you have money. Right? So these are the technical skills. See what these 3 people told you, right, were exact academic skills that you require to have a great career. Right? I am giving you skills to sustain your career. Right? So it is all about how you not make the money also. You also mean to say that, okay, how can I retain my money? This is the third lesson. So this was the second part of the story that I wanted to tell these parents and students who have come here is perception. Think of a solution in every step, or look out for a problem where you can find a solution. And that's what technology is doing today, right? It's not about cloud computing, it's not about VR, AR, etc. and all of it. All of this is tied to one single thing called solution, right? You use cloud computing, you use sky computing, you do land computing, doesn't matter. If you're able to give a solution, you are the boss, right? So your goal is to become more solution oriented and problem solving oriented. That's the next skill, problem solving skills, right? So critical thinking, problem solving, all that is later. The next set that I wanted to sort of share with you guys is a short story where an individual becomes the lesson for an adoption or adaptation, not adoption, adaptation. So you need to adapt at every stage. It's very simple, no? Your parents did not have smartphones 10 years before. Right now they have smartphones. Right now they have access to Facebook. You guys, same thing, right? You have better smartphones than them. Obviously, no? So that's how it is. We need to adapt. We need to adapt in the biggest way possible, and for that, it's a short story. Roughly about say 2010, 2011. Okay, there's a boy who was thrown out of the house for XYZ reasons. The boy was talented, right? The boy was extremely talented, extremely good at music, good at things. So what happened was he could not study properly for XYZ reasons, right? Maybe he had all that. Let's say he had a very deep pocket, and he did not think about what the future was. And then what happened? Slowly he started becoming self-questioning, and then slowly what happened? There was a lot of psychological differences in him, right? So slowly things started moving away from him. And what happened was he could not give the results. Apparently, after a lot of tiffs, the boy is thrown out of the house. The dad says, "Get out. I don't need you anymore. You're a huge disrespect to the family." So the boy gets thrown away. So literally, the boy was on streets. The boy was on streets. No education degree. The dad said, whatever money that you have in your pocket, whatever clothes that you're wearing, right? Just leave with that. Keep all your wallet, car, bike, everything here. Leave. The boy, the ego was high at that age, 18, 19 years old. Slowly they started moving out of the house, started walking, stayed in a couple of friends' places, were doing a lot of cycles, and slowly friends also started asking him, what are you doing? Where is your house? He did not go to any friend's place. Slowly what happens? He was literally on streets. No food, right? Nothing to survive. Nothing to survive. Literally nothing to survive. All the health problems that he had at that point of time, slowly, he became so poor that he didn't have a proper shelter. He had to sleep or share a space with one of the supermarket securities. Right? So what happened in this scenario, you can't you can't even have a peaceful sleep. Right? You can't even have a peaceful sleep. You don't have food for the next hour. Someone said, what is inflation? Now, what is my point of view of inflation is the amount that you're ready to pay for one plate of food. Technically, ideologically, that is inflation. Right? How much are you able to pay is different. How much are you willing to pay is different. Right? So this is what was the question. The boy did not have 1 rupee, right? Looking for free food. Right? Lived off the temples, did a lot of things, and then psychologically got a lot of disturbed and things like that. And then life had to move on. He found a job in a small tea shop. Right? Small tea shop. He found a job there, started delivering teas to all the offices, and in the office he networked, and he figured out that there was an opening for a small job of an office boy. They were ready to keep him, give him shelter, give him food, give him a basic salary. That is when the boy bought the first shirt from his own salary after taking a shower properly. Right? All this happened, slowly adapted, slowly went on to finish one professional degree, which the person gave money for. Right? And the person after that did not stop studying, and today they are one of the finest company secretaries, and this boy has become one of the biggest assets to the firm, as well as today the boy is doing a PhD from IIM Bangalore, and that's me. So, adaptation is one of the most difficult things, trust me. Right? If you ask me what is the value of food, you ask me. You ask me what is the value of money, shelter, ask me. If someone asks me what is my dream life, trust me, I'm living my dream. Standing on the stage, and when I can do it, you can also do it. Right? And I was dyslexic. When I was say psychological, I was dyslexic. I have the problem of speech and text being inverted. Right? So all of this problem put together. So when I can come, you can also come is my question. See, I am one amongst you is what I feel. Right? I'm not someone who achieved something big. Right? But I'm one amongst you. When I can do it, you can also do it. And that's my humble story that I had for you guys. Right? And also remember this, the place where you're sitting, the clothes that you're wearing is a dream for someone else. You're living someone else's dream. So know the value of it. Be responsible. I'm sure you will all get introduced at one stage where I will be a part of. Thank you so much and all the best for you.
I now request our principal, Professor Vijay Kumar A.S., to present the token of gratitude to our chief guests. I request all the faculty members to come on the stage.
Ramakant Desai, sir.
I now call Puneet Raj KN to be seated. I now call Abhishek R to be seated.
Because of prior engagement, Puneet sir is going to lead the function. So we would like to thank from our college Puneet sir. Now I request all the faculties to join us on the stage.
ಈ ಲೋಗೋನ ಲಿಂಕ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಕನಿಷ್ಠ 5 ಜನ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ 5 ಜನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯವರು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪವನ್ನ. Why don't you join us sometime? That's a skill. Okay. Start developing us.
Related to the subject of choice or domain. I now call Assistant Professor Priya Shankumar for letting us know more regarding the placement.
Good afternoon, one and all. I once again welcome you all to KLE Society's Degree College. I'll be providing an overview of the training and placement program at KLE. Placement training plays a major role in shaping up the career goals of students. It is the dream of every student to get placed in a top organization visiting their campus for recruitment. Keeping this key aspect into consideration, it is realized that training is important for BCA students to enhance their employability skills and achieve good placement in various industries. At present, the competition for employment is increasing every day, and placement has become a challenging task. Training of students and equipping them with life skills has become an important responsibility of the institution. Along with technical expertise, development of holistic personality is utmost necessary to be successful. To meet out these requirements, we have a dedicated team to train and enhance the capabilities of BCA graduates to be on par with the industry standards. Many training activities have been conducted so far, like creating awareness about career planning, life skills and personality development among the students through seminars and workshops, organized various training programs to train the students in the areas of quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, and verbal reasoning through the reputed external training organizations like Great Learning through Job Readiness Program and Ved Academy's Karya Placement Training, ICT Academy's training, and also through in-house trainers. We have trained the students through mock interviews to perform well in the professional interviews as per the expectation of the corporate world. We have trained the students on group discussion techniques through soft skills training. Industrial visits have been conducted to educate and motivate students for placements. Special training, technical training programs are being conducted for students in every semester, and we have organized numerous career guidance guest lectures. As a testament to our team's success, many of the top companies continue to recruit our students year on year. Wipro, Infosys, TCS, Deloitte, Cognizant, FIS Global, DXC Technology, and other startups like Hexaware, Nelson IQ, Planet Spark, Verizio are some of the companies that have found quality students from KLE. Here are a few placement statistics. For students from the academic batch 2017 to 2020, out of 33 eligible students, 21 students are placed in top MNCs. And for the academic batch of 2018 to 2021, out of 90 eligible students, 61 students are successfully placed. Many special placement drives apart from the regular batch-wise drives are conducted. The recently held Next Place drive was conducted on 25th August 2021, and in which out of 468 students, 325 students were recruited. The average CTC offered by the recruiters is 2.2 lakhs per annum, and the highest CTC offered is 4.2 lakhs per annum. As mentioned, many opportunities are provided for students to improve their skills and build their career. We request all of you to make maximum use of all the available opportunities for building a bright career. Thank you, one and all.
I now call Assistant Professor Chanakya to let us know about academic programs and examinations.
ability enhancement courses. Core subject you will have, for example, for first semester, you will have discrete structure, DS, problem solving techniques, that is C, data structure. These are the subjects, and you will have, along with that, you will have open elective, 2 language papers, along with that skill enhancement course, that is office management tools, and then physical education and health and wellness. Now, these are the subjects that are prescribed for the first semester, and the total credits is 26. Now, second semester. Now, copy of the syllabus is given to you along with the docket. It is in the orientation brochure. You can have a look of it. Now, second semester, you will have subjects computer architecture, Java, DMS. Now, these are the subjects. Along with that, you will have open elective, languages, environmental science, physical education, NCC, NSS, CL, RRR. The total credits is going to be 26. Next. In the third semester, you will have subjects like operating system, computer networks, Python, and along with that, again, open electives, languages, skill enhancement course, that is computer assembly and repair, along with that, physical education, NCC, NSS, these will be the subjects. Next, fourth semester, core subjects, software engineer, artificial intelligence, internet technologies, and along with that, again, you will have open electives, languages, skill enhancement course will be the Constitution of India, and along with that, you will have physical education and NCC and other subjects, which you will have in the other 3 semesters, that is first, second, and third. Fifth, you will have these subjects: design and analysis of algorithm, data analytics, web programming, and then you will have a vocation course, that is quantitative techniques, that is aptitude. Then elective data mining, you will have elective paper, data mining and computer graphics. Along with that, skill enhancement course, cyber crime, cyber law, and intellectual property right. So these are the subjects. Next, in the 6th semester, you will have TOC, that is theory of computation, machine learning, mobile application development. Along with that, vocation course, electronic content design, elective courses, operation research, and software testing. Along with that, you will have professional communication as your skill enhancement course. In the final year, that is in the 7th and the 8th semester, these are the subjects. 7th semester, cloud computing, Internet of Things, and there will be internship. Along with that, you will have vocational course, that is technical writing, then elective modeling and simulation and computer design, and then skill enhancement course will be research methodology. In the 8th final semester, blockchain technologies, cryptography, and system security. Along with that, you will have a vocational course, project management, and then electives, human computer interface, parallel algorithm, and research project. Now, this is a brief overview of the subjects that you are going to study in the 8 semesters. Now, next, attendance is mandatory. You need to maintain minimum of 75% of the attendance. Otherwise, you will not be eligible for the semester exam. So you need to maintain that attendance. Next, internals. So you will have 3 internals, and each subject will carry 40 marks. So for the final internal assessment marks, your marks that you have scored in internals, along with that attendance and your assignments will be taken into consideration. Next, parents-teacher meeting. We will have 3 parents-teacher meeting, and these parents-teacher meeting will be conducted after each internal. We will have 3 internals. So after each internal, you will have parents-teacher meeting. Next, certification courses. We offer various certification courses. So the next, first one is UI path. So robotic process automation. Now this course is a course which is a perfect starting point for anyone who wants to get started with robotic process automation. You can learn about basics of RPA. Next, AWS certified cloud practitioner course. Next, Honeywell. So placement training and Salesforce certified platform developer course will be provided by Honeywell. Next, Palo Alto cyber security course. Next, ICT Academy. ICT Academy is going to provide you different technical courses, webinars, and workshops. Next, Oracle. They are going to provide you courses on database, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Java courses. Next, 3i, they are going to provide you artificial intelligence course. Next, CSS Corp, they are going to provide skill build and technical course. Next, Cisco, cyber security and Python. Next, Salesforce, student trailhead course will be provided. Next, Automation Anywhere, RPA course. Similarly, VMware, Dell EMC, AWS courses will be provided. And Coursera for Campus. So, Coursera for Campus, you will have opportunity to learn various subjects. For example, they are going to provide you courses on data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, blockchain, and other courses. So this is the brief overview of different certification courses that you will have. And along with that, we have a Center of Excellence of Honeywell, AWS Academy, and UiPath. So next, these are our academic alliances and learning partners. Next, industrial visits. You will have 3 industrial visits. In the first year, you will be taken to small scale industry. In the second year, medium scale industry. And in the third year, multinational company. So this is about industrial visits. Next, awards and recognitions. Now, UiPath had given this recognition to our college for collaborating on growing the RPA knowledge ecosystem. This was the one. Next one. This is our college had received this recognition for conductance and successful completion of New India Learnathon 2020 organized by ICT Academy during May-June 2020. Next. So our college won National Cloud Champion by securing 5 places in Cloud Literacy Month 2019 in the institution category. Next, so UiPath we had got this certificate of appreciation from UiPath for encouraging participation from educators and students at UiPath DevCon 2020. Next, this certificate, UiPath RPHN 2019, this certificate was presented in recognition of successfully meeting the program requirements for UiPath Academic RPHM 2019. Next one, we were declared a state winner for securing the 3rd place in the state of Karnataka for successfully conducting Skill Edge Technology Foundational courses April 2021. Next, we, along with the certification courses, webinars, workshops, and seminars, we also have plenty of opportunities for extracurricular activities. We just launched the different logos. So we have different clubs and forums through which we conduct a lot of activities. We have a film club, book club, Spurti, that is women's club, science forum, and student activities. Let me give you an introduction about each one of them. Film club. So film club, we started film club in February 2021 this year. So this is a platform for students not only to enjoy movies. Our intention is not only to screen movies, but help students to appreciate cinema as an art. It is very important that you develop a sense of appreciation towards cinema as an art. So a lot of activities will be conducted, interaction will be there, discussion will be there. So our focus is not just on screening of the movie, but also on the art of making movies. Also, we intend to screen documentaries that are in depth and informative. We encourage students to analyze and discuss the various perspectives of the cinema. We also intend to awaken the sense of responsibility and empathy towards different situations. So this is a perfect platform to create dialogue. So we had screened some of the movies. For example, Gravity was screened, Wall-E was screened, Chaplin's classic The Kid was screened, Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan, next Jojo Rabbit, and Oscar-winning movie King's Speech was screened, and Malgudi Days. In fact, Malgudi Days was part of the syllabus that was also screened. So we, along with screening movies and also appreciating the movies, we also in the coming days we want to produce content. We want to produce short movies, as well as we want to adapt to screen the lessons that are prescribed for you. So that is what we are going to do in the coming days. And we also had conducted webinars in association with Hampi University, Dr. Rajkumar Kannada Adhyayana Kendra Bengaluru, and Nadoja Dr. Rajkumar Adhyayana Pita Hampi. So we had collaborated with them and conducted a webinar. So our intention is not only to screen movie, but it is more beyond that. Next, book club. So it is very important that students cultivate the habit of reading books. So for that we have a book club here. So the main aim of book club is to inspire students to discover pleasure of reading. Uh, Most of them, the moment we talk about films, students will be interested. But when it comes to books, hardly anybody, speaks about it or shows any interest. But we are serious about it. We want to develop that quality in the students. So this club, enables the students to increase their exposure to new genres and ideas and appreciate the perspectives of different people and different cultures. So we also have a diverse collection of books, fiction, non-fiction, popular science, self-help books, biographies, and autobiographies. So the idea behind the book club is to encourage critical thinking, deeper engagement with issues, create a space to talk, ask questions, and interact, to gain new perspectives, review and share experience of the books read, learning to value one another as reader and learners. And also, it is very important that you read for the sheer joy of reading books. Next, these are some of the books. I've just included only few of the covers, but we have many book collection. Steve Jobs, Innovators, Alibaba, all know Jack Ma. These are few of the books that we have. Next, Spurti. Spurti is a women's club. Spurti is an initiative by women faculty members of BCA department. Now, the reason why Spurti was started was to empower and orient women to realize their potential and help them attain their own stand in the competitive world. So the goal is the overall development of women on the campus and also in all the spheres of their lives. Also, through Spurti, we intend to create awareness about important issues related to women. And also, Spurti is envisioned as a platform to discuss and deliberate various issues related to women. Next. So the idea is to empower women by involving them in various activities, creating awareness about women rights, training on self-defense, providing career guidance. Spurti is also intended to work as counseling center, conducting health awareness programs. So these are some of the goals of Spurti, the Women's Club. Next, Science Forum. So Science Forum is a platform dedicated to dedicated for the pursuit of scientific knowledge. Now, it is very important that you should be aware of the recent technologies, emerging technologies. The landscape of technology is changing rapidly, and you need to be updated. So we needed to create a platform where all these could be discussed, because not everything can be covered in the syllabus. So you need to be updated. So that is the reason. That is the reason why we have created this forum, science forum. Next. So the idea is to encourage and engage students in science-related programs, and also to play an active role in developing scientific temper. It is very, very important that you develop scientific temper and also provide opportunities that you don't get within the framework of your syllabus. So the goals, the objectives of a science forum is to inspire and cultivate the students' interest in learning science, developing a scientific outlook, inquisitiveness. Now that is very much lacking among the students. We intend to develop inquisitiveness and inculcate scientific temper, promote the use of IT in learning science, promote basic science and enhance scientific awareness, and also encourage students in the activities of science. So this is the idea behind Science Forum. Next. Student activities. Student activities was mainly, the idea behind student activities is to recognize and encourage the talent. We conduct various activities at regular intervals. For example, for your batch, even during the bridge course, we had conducted Abhivakti. And if you had seen, next slide. If you have seen the list of events, they were wide and varied, right from painting, sketching, poetry writing, poetry recitation, storytelling. There was also gaming event, singing, and also in singing also we had you had various options: classical, western, rap, beatboxing, all the new things that were included. Poster designing, photography, stand-up comedy, podcast, vlogging. So essay competition, all the traditional competitions as well as the new one. It was a mix of both. So we wanted to recognize the talent even before you step into the college. That was the idea behind conducting Abhivakti. We wanted to identify the talent. Also, we conduct a yearly program, Jalsa, which is fun activities. Next. So this is another fest that we have conducted, Funky Fest. It is just to give you an idea that we conduct these activities at regular intervals. So we provide the platform. It is your responsibility to use them and to nurture your talent. Next, NSS. We have NSS. So NSS, National Social Service. The idea is to help students grow individually as well as group. Now, by involving yourself in the NSS activities, you develop confidence, you develop leadership skills, you also gain knowledge about different people from different walks of life. So you can learn other skills, and also it helps you to lead life in a better way. So the whole idea behind NSS is to instill the idea of social service and also provide service to the society without any bias. So we encourage students to join NSS. We conduct a lot of activities. Now, these are some of the pictures of the NSS activities that we have conducted. And NCC. NCC, the idea behind NCC is to create an organized, trained, and motivated youth. It not only creates soldiers for the nation, but also it helps students to develop leadership skills. So this year, the academic programs and extra co-curricular activities that we have plenty of learning opportunities. We hope you utilize these opportunities, participate and contribute them, and make our department a vibrant place of learning. Thank you.
Sir, one second. Could you please go back to the lesson plan or the structure, syllabus scheme, presentation? first slide. Yeah, thank you. So here there might be a confusion with respect to students and parents regarding the language. There will be two languages, that is language 1 and language 2. There might be a doubt, and also there might be a conflict that the student has to learn Kannada compulsorily. That is an order from the university and also from the UGC. But the clarity what we have received from the university is that students who learn Kannada as another subject from 1st standard to 12th standard, so they should opt main Kannada. There will be two Kannada, one is core Kannada and functional or business Kannada. Student who learned Kannada from any 1 year or one of the part of your studies from 1st standard to 12th standard, you should take Kannada as a main subject. And student who doesn't learn or not learned Kannada from 1st standard to 12th standard, could be you have opted for English or Hindi or Sanskrit. For them, you are supposed to opt functional Kannada. That is only for one semester. It is not compulsory for all 4 semesters. It is compulsory only for this particular semester. And again, on the contradictory part, the case is in court whether to make Kannada as mandatory or not. The decision is yet to come. It will be declared on 10th of November compulsorily. It will be announced. So, depending upon the declaration, that is suggestions or decisions given by the High Court, we are going to decide whether to make it as Kannada compulsory or not. But as of now, yes, it is a compulsory Kannada subject, and the option is that those who studied one core subject in Kannada from 1st to 12th, you have to opt core Kannada. Those who not studied, you have to study functional Kannada only in one semester. Okay? And because we have 4 semesters languages, and apart from Kannada, we have other languages, that is one more language you're supposed to opt, Hindi, Sanskrit, and all that thing. But here we are going to make it as English as compulsory. We are not going to give any options whenever you have Kannada as a mandatory. But yes, when it comes to second semester, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, so there you can opt your own language. Am I confusing? So it's clear, right? So again, we're going to announce it once again after November 10th, once the court has decided what has to be implemented. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The use of information and communication technologies in education can play a crucial role in providing new and innovative forms to support teachers, students, and the learning process more broadly. To know more information about the platform here, we are having the team. Let's welcome the Ken 42 team on the stage now.
A small context as to what we are doing. It's very simple. KLE has started something called as the Digitization Initiative, right? So what is this Digitization Initiative? It's plain and simple. Whatever manual processes that the student, parent and the faculty goes through, right, inside the campus will be completely automated, right? In terms of your communication, in terms of whatever the student requirements are, attendance, records, assessments. So all of that, right, access to content, right, all of that will be in one single place. That is a part of the huge digital initiative that KLE has taken. And through this initiative, they're reducing 3 major problems. One is student-related records for the student as well as the institution. Second, parental communication, right? So that is another thing where major parents face a problem. It need not be your attendance, not only that one, but also a lot more things that they can do a little more easily. The third problem is the institution's problem, where institutions are not able to track the students as well as the parents for all the good reasons, not for all the bad reasons. So as a part of the digital initiative, KLE has subscribed to one of the customized programs under Ken 42, and which is a platform that you guys will be a part of. You guys already have access to, if I'm not wrong, Neil. You there? Yeah. So you guys already have access to. But before that, I'll just give you a quick. I'm not showing you a presentation. This is your portal, right? So you will be given a login ID and a password, for which you log in, and you get to see all the information. This is the student portal. So what is this? So that's your timetable on the right, right? That's your timetable. Can be online classes, can be offline classes, can be anything, but your timetable displays there, right? The next thing comes, what kind of assessments? If a student, if a faculty has given any assessment for that particular class, right, it will be displaying there. You can either submit it online or you have the option of submitting it offline, right? After the assessments are done, your marks will be displayed right there on top, right? It says your grades over there, right? So it will be there. And whatever is your percentage of attendance on real-time basis, it will be displayed there. And once you click there, you can go subject by subject and check your attendance, right? So all of this can be there. And just briefly show you, this is how your home page looks like. And can we get into the all chevrons, please, on the... Yes. So you have access to report card. If you have any events inside the college, like a webinar, seminar, an orientation, right? Parents also will be informed if they are RSVP'd, or the student will be informed about it, right? Next thing is course content. Every course or every subject has particular PDFs, reference books, reference materials, videos, right? It can be anything. All of that will be here. Your subjects, your timetable is already integrated, and as per subjects, you will be having your content over there, right? So the next thing is your timetable. Okay, did we show them events by any chance? Okay, right. Okay, this is how your report card will look like, right? Based on how many subjects, what is your internal assessment, first, second, third, final exam, total, everything can be mapped here. And whatever fields that your college feels that should be there on the report card will also be added in the future, right? So this is how it is. You can see your attendance on the left bottom, right? You can see your roll number, whatever name, that details that you have, and this is your report card. And the college will have an option to take an output of this and keep it with them for future references. And a copy of this will also be there for the parent to view it anytime, right? So the next chevron, please. Yeah, course content, I think I just explained. Can we move to the next one? Timetable. Timetable. Yes. So whatever is your time slot, whatever your subjects looks like, right? Everything will be here, and who is your faculty, what is the subject, right? Everything will be displayed. This will also be available for viewing on a regular basis to the parents as well. If there is any extension of class, right? If the student is getting delayed for something, if a child is not being in the office, in the campus for extra hours, everything can be communicated. The college can also communicate through these portals to the parents over messages, over notifications, and WhatsApp, right? So parents can also be in touch with like this, right? So this is how the portal is. It's very simple to use, and all of it. So in terms of what kind of problems are we solving, it looks, first thing is your timetable. Which class number, who's the teacher, everything will be sorted through this, right? You just need to keep a tab of all of this, except for the class hours, right? You need to be logging onto your phone. So this also has the option of an app, right? You can keep a tab on your student app as well. All this information which is available will also be available on the app. So for which you will be downloading the app shortly. So, and then we also wanted some exciting things to be there. Before I get there, can we quickly shift to parent portal, please? Yeah. Sir, all the parents, please make a note of it that the schedule is displayed there. Attendance is on real time, right? Fee payment can be done through these portals. Report cards, events, what kind of events? We had film club events, everything will be mapped there. And if I'm not wrong, inside your welcome kit, there is something called calendar of events. Have you seen it? Yes, no? When you see a calendar of events, on the first thing is the coloring sheet. The back side, you have all the events, right? So all that events will soon be mapped here, right? Communication regarding the event will also be sent to the student as well as the parent, right? So this is how your parent portal looks like, sir. Can we get into fee payment tab, please? Fee payment, parent portal, please. So right now, if there is any fee overdue which is mentioned by the college, it will be mentioned here. There will be a link called Pay Now. You can quickly pay and get an email receipt real time. Right? So once you have paid, it will automatically reflect in the college's account and the college will have a tap of it. Right? So all the fee payment should be routed through these portals so that it makes tracking easier for you as well as for us. You will have a message, you will have an email, and you will have a receipt being attached over in the same email where after getting paid. Right? If you want any OTC transactions also, we can facilitate that, for which I think the right management will come and train you as to how you can do over the counter transactions. Right? So this is the parent portal, and can you just get into the account details please? Account details tab. No, this is, yeah. So here we urge the parents to sort of put their account numbers so that it is there for reference. It is not for any data tampering. I will make it very, very clean and very, very sure that this data will be there only for your references. The reason why we make you enter that is for verification. If there is a payment failure, which account do we put it to? Right? And that is the primary reason we ask your account number and nothing else. And this is how the parent portal is, and you will have tab of the complete. If you have 2 children studying in the same institution also, the portals will automatically integrate child 1 and child 2. So whatever it is, all the information, whatever I told you, will be available separately for each child. So this is how the student in the parent portal is. I'm sure I don't want to bug you asking for more questions and all of it. You will eventually get to know what the portal is all about, and our team will be here through all these times to figure the training, to make you adopt, etc. and all of it. And we have one exciting thing for the student. I don't know how many colleges have done this. As far as my understanding goes, this is the first college that I've ever seen having a separate marketplace for the college, for which I would allow my team, other team members to come and show. Student portal marketplace.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. So the marketplace is the e-commerce platform specifically for the educational institution, and in this case it's for KLE. So in this platform you can order your uniforms. We have a book here, the books which have been suggested by the college faculty. And then we also have some add-on courses, like if somebody wants to join online course, want to do some certified courses, you can also check, some of the examples of the books are put in here. So where your degree courses books will be available here, your reference books will be available here. And can we move to the add-on courses? Yeah. So right now we have put in the course for language, so we can, students who are interested to learn any other language like French, German, you can select this course here. You can buy the course here. And we also have the customized merchandise. So in case of events, when you have a sports event or any other cultural events, and you want to order for a group of people the KLE logo, sweatshirts, jackets, jerseys, cap. So this is a platform where you can add these products as well. So it's how any normal e-commerce platform works. So after you add the items to your cart, and then you can make the payment online and the items will be delivered. Thank you.
So in terms of the marketplace considered, right? Forget about you buying or not, that is secondary. But don't you think it's a great initiative? Right? So I think that is what we want to sort of pitch to students, saying that, you know what, this is the first college that I've ever seen coming up with something called as a marketplace. Right? So what is the use of a marketplace? What is the use case? See, today we have we have jackets, sweatshirts and all of it. And tomorrow I'll tell you, your uniforms also has to be purchased through this. Right? Your uniform, yeah. So okay. So this is one such initiative which can make you feel like a proud KLEan. That is number one. Second, having access to such a market helps you in 3 different ways. One is whatever recommendations that you want. Let's say you're going to Amazon, purchasing a reference book or a textbook. Example, right? For sure, I'll tell you it will be cheaper than that Amazon. Right? For sure, this portal will have cheaper prices than Amazon. Right? So whatever books that you specifically been recommended for will be available. Your skill, add-on skill certification courses, right? Whatever your college feels is right will be available here for consumption. Right? See, putting it together in one place means not like, okay, we are making some crores and crores, nothing of that sort. Right? It's a simple initiative to keep things simple and transparent. Right? Today you go to a college, certification courses are made optional, compulsory, doesn't matter. Right? So what the biggest problem is transparency. How much am I paying? What am I getting? Right? Here the student has the liberty to choose what certification he wants by checking all the deliverables. Right? So that is the biggest initiative, and payment is made completely transparent. Right? That's the other one that I want to talk. So this is where your uniforms, your fest needs, your stationaries, your books, right? Anything that you require will be listed here. And based on what you guys want, over a point of time, let's say I want this, I want this, I want this. If you could give us a survey, or if you could write back to us on email, we will have the product added here. Right? So these are all small things that, it is not like, this is not a money-making scheme for sure, I'll tell you that. Right? So what we're trying to pitch here is, we are taking a little bit of extra care in terms of what you also want. We know what you want, right? But we are also pitching here what you also want, or what you might also want are these things, right? So to sort of complete this exercise and to complete what my presentation was, can you all take your phones and download the app, please, quickly? No network, huh? Okay, I think I face the similar issues. So let's do one thing. So can we have one more classroom session later? Not now, right? So one thing we'll do is, we'll have one more classroom session with you guys, right? Just to get, see, it's not, we just want user feedback, right? How is the app? What is the look and feel, etc. and all of it. I would want you to download the app and give us a feedback. Right? So all of this will be pushed. If you want to experiment after going home, please download this app called KEN42, KEN number 42, right? And you will have to select KLE Society's Degree College Nagarbhavi in the institution name. After that, are there logins integrated? All your logins are already integrated, right? You can go, please put in your name, OTP, and then your boom inside the app. Right? So that is what I technically want you to do. Finish this exercise, give us a feedback, see what you have, what you don't have on the app, what you think is useful, please let us know, so that we'll also keep adding. But as of now, for your uniforms, I think it will be routed through this platform. Right? So do we have any questions? I'm sure no, but yeah, just asking. Okay. Thank you so much, and thanks KLE team for giving this opportunity, and I hope you guys will have a wonderful student experience from this year till the year that you pass out, and we want to be an integral part of your student journey, technologically, physically, and emotionally. Thank you so much.
I now request our beloved principal, Professor Vijay Kumar A.S., who is driving force and support system for all of us, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, over to you.
Good afternoon, one and all. I know everyone is already exhausted from 10 o'clock, sitting from 10 o'clock, and it's already almost 2 o'clock. You're hungry, I'm sure. Okay, so I'll just take 1 or 2 minutes of time. At the beginning, Chanakya sir has told about the KLE. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಂದ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು KLE ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್. 1916 ಅವಾಗ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಂತ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಾಂಬೆ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಮುಂಬೈ ಪ್ರೊವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಈಗಿನ ಏನು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬೆಳಗಾಂ ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಸರಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಶಾನ್ ಬೊಗ್ರು ಶೆಟ್ರು ಈ ಥರ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಈಗೇನು ನಾನು 7 ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ರೋಡಾಗಿ ಅಂದರೆ MA ಆ ಥರ ಹೈಯರ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಊರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಜಾಬ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೈ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ದ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕಂಫರ್ಟ್ ಝೋನ್. ಈ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್, ಆಂಗ್ಲೋ ವರ್ನಾಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆನ್ 1916, 1916 ಒಂದು ರೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಲಿಂಗಾಯತ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಬೈ 7 ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್. ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗಿರೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಫಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಇರ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಫಂಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಆಗಿನ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ 7 ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರತಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಏನೇನು ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇಳೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ದುಡ್ಡು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ KLE ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾವು in 2016 we have completed 100 years KLE, and now it's still we are going on. We have 278 institutions. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟು ರೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು 1947 ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ, and it's in Mayo Hall. We have taken a rent of 100 rupees per month and we have started there. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಜಲಿಂಗಪ್ಪ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, and then we have started here in 2009. So just a introduction about KLE. So it's basically meant, it's not a single person's property, it's a teacher's property. Those who built the KLE is for. That's one thing. And second thing, what I felt is we are able to give good speakers for today. I hope I'm right. You enjoyed? Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. And the other part, when it comes to your academics, okay, I know that you have a lot of confusions when it comes to your NEP program, that is National Education Policy, Rashtriya Shikshana Niti 2020. ಹೆದರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಇಯರ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ 4 years you have an exit point, and it is not only for BCA students, it is applicable for all undergraduate programs. You can take BCA, you can take BSc, you can take BE, you can take any of the programs. So it is applicable, that is NEP is applicable to all the streams. So previously, till the last year, we have a kind of technical and non-technical courses. That means engineering colleges and non-engineering colleges. But as per NEP, there will be no segregation like technical and non-technical courses. It's going to be purely undergraduate programs. So after first year, yes, you can exit. After second year, you can exit. After third year, you can exit. And after fourth year, you can exit. But here, we have a concept called as ABC, that is Academic Bank of Credit. So as and when you start completing your semesters, first semester, after second semester, after third semester, you will you'll gain few credits. Probably while Chanakya sir show the PPT, at the last, that is right column, there will be 26. That is your credits for one particular semester. So as soon as you complete your semester, you're going to get 26 credits, and that 26 credits will not be with me or with you or with your university. It will be stored in Academic Bank of Credit that will be managed and monitored by your Department of Higher Education, Karnataka government, in association with UGC. So there, what happens? As and when you start earning the credits, let's say after 2 years you wanted to feel like you want to discontinue. So what happens? You have to clear that means you have to take that, borrow that particular credits. For that, they are going to give a certificate. If it is after 1 year, it's like a normal banking transaction. You're going to deposit the money and you're going to get back. In the same way here, you're going to deposit your credits. Because since it's a new thing for you people, I'm just stressing it. And you get a certificate only once you surrendered your credit. So after first year, if you want to discontinue particular college, you have to surrender your credits, then you are going to get the certificate. Probably there might be a question. So, okay, I'm going to discontinue from this first year, and after second year, after let's say after 2 years, 3 years down the line, you wanted to resume your studies. Let's say now we have 2021, 2022, you want to discontinue, and from 2025 again you want to resume your studies. Again, what you're supposed to do is you have to surrender your certificate to the university or to the college, and then after surrendering your certificate, whatever the credit that you have scored again will be deposited to your academic bank of credit. So that's how you can resume your studies. Till previous year, we have only the concept called as discontinued students. Let's say if the student wanted to leave the campus or the college after second year or first year, we're going to call them, we're going to entitle them as a discontinued students. But here, as per NEP, we don't have such a concept called as discontinued student. So after first year, the university is going to give certificate course completion. After second year, diploma course completion. After third year, it's going to be a normal UG degree certificate, and after fourth year, it's going to be an honors. So it is common for all the courses, which is include BE, BSc, or BA, or BBA, anything. That's one point. And next, probably most of the question is, should we do 3 years or 4 years? Because the normal BCA degree is only 3 years. So till today, till the beginning, inception of BCA course, everybody knew that the BCA is going to be 3 years. But all of a sudden, it's going to be now it's 4 years. So everybody has a question that should we compulsorily do 4 years degree? My question is, or my suggestion is, if you have a plan of doing masters, or if you have a plan of doing your doctoral programs, then you can go for fourth year. If not, of course, companies will start recruiting at the end of third year only. So if you select it, you can go for the placements and you can join for the jobs. But if you're really interested in masters or if you're really interested in doctoral programs, then you can go for fourth year, because fourth year is most of the time it's going to be 80% of a research program only. Anyhow, you have in the third year you have a compulsory internship. So there only most of you people will be observed by the different companies, as it is a compulsory internship. And fourth year, if you want to do the doctoral programs, you can continue your fourth year. And there is a small trick here when it comes to your fourth year degree. So out of 3 years, you have a credit of 180. Out of 180, if you are able to score more than 140, you are eligible to appear for a doctoral program directly. That's what your NEP is. I'll just repeat it. For 3 years, you want to have 180 credits. Out of 180, if you're able to get more than 140 credits without a master degree, students are eligible to appear or to apply for doctoral program even though you don't have a that is master degree. That is your NEP. Second thing, there might be a question, if not 140, if I am not able to score more than 140, then what's the next thing? Then you have to do 1 year master degree. That means it could be say 1 year MCA. Then you can register for your PhD if you really wanted to. Third option, you can complete your BCA in 3 years. You can join for any companies, and then you have an option of doing masters for 2 years also. That means what I mean to say is there will be no boundaries for you people to learn. Whenever you are ready to learn, whenever you are ready to enhance your skills, you are. But it's not there for your previous years. But as per NEP, you have all the opportunities. Okay. So that's about your respect to your NEP. If you want to start discussing NEP, again we want 1 day of time because it's a very vast. So as and when the time goes on, I'll just keep on updating you people. That's one thing. And second thing, I'll just tell a small story regarding pencil and a rubber. I've heard. pencil and a rubber, that is an eraser. So as and when there is a mistake happened by the pencil, you're going to make use of rubber, right? So pencil felt very bad because since pencil did a mistake, the eraser is going to ruin his life. ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ ರಬ್ಬರಿಂದ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎರೇಸಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ತಪ್ಪಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಿನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಹಾಳಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ನಿನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಸ್ಪಾಯ್ಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗೂ ಅವಾಗ ಎರೇಸರ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್. ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯನೇ ನೀ ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಾನು ಅಳಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇರೋದು, ಆ ತಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಎರೇಸಿಂಗ್, one fine day the eraser, the rubber will vanish, right? ಹೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಳಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Then what are we going to do? We're going to buy a new one. Simple, right? Again we're going to purchase a new rubber and we're going to use that one. So here I'll just relate this story with you people and with your parents. So here I can say the pencil of the students. Pencil na students se compare ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, rubber na parents se compare ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. As and when the student doing the mistake, parents are the one who's going to correct their mistakes. Okay, that's fine. One rubber is okay, sir. Second rubber yaru anta kelidre, that's your next better house. It could be a husband or a wife. So parents ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next ನಿಮ್ಮ family ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So here students don't get fear to do mistakes. You should be happy that you are doing new things, but here parents are there to correct your mistakes and they're going to guide with their own experiences. So that's not, I'm going to close my presidential remarks. Thank you all my dear students, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have now come to an end of this orientation program. So now I call Assistant Professor Priya Ashok Kumar to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks and acknowledge the contributions of those who worked really hard to make this orientation happen. I want to thank our chief guest of today's function, Mr. Ramakant Desai and Mr. Punitraj KN and Mr. Abhishek R. Thank you, sir. A special mention to our respected principal, Professor Vijay Kumar AS, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and standing as pillars of strength. Thank you, sir. With a deep sense of appreciation, we thank our loving teachers for their untiring efforts. Our sincere gratitude goes all the parents. Thank you so much. Let's all work together to make this a successful way of acquiring knowledge and build our way. Once again, thank you all.
Academic coordinator. So madam is going to handle each and every concept with respect to the academics aspects, with respect to classes or with respect to what are the syllabus. So madam is there in the department. You can ask madam related to the academics aspects. Thank you. Next we have Priya Shant Kumar. She is a placement coordinator. So madam is taking care of training and placements. So she's going to handle each and every that is industry related activities. Thank you. Next we have Chetan Hechin. Sir is in charge of internal assessment. So sir is going to handle almost all the internal assessment. We're going to have 3 compulsory internals, and definitely you will remember his face because he will not leave you so easily when it comes to the internal assessment part. Thank you, sir. Next we have Priya Ashok Kumar. So madam is in charge of ERP, that is whatever the service that we are using in the college, madam is going to be the in charge, and also student grievance cell. That what if you have any difficulties, if you have any personal problems, if you have any problem inside the campus or outside the problems, so madam will be there to help you people. Okay? Thank you, ma'am. Next we have Soumya BS. Okay. Okay. So just move to the other person. Yashaswini KN. So Madam is head of Student Activity Coordinator. So Madam is taking care of all the activities that is related to the students. And next we have Arpita JC, main pillar when it comes to BCA, because without industry association, the computer is nil. So Madam is plays a very important role to bring companies to the college. So you have saw how many companies we had tie up. So for all the reasons, Madam is the one who's going to work for the industry institute interface head. Thank you. Next we have Chanakya R. Sir is also responsible for student activity coordinator and also a discipline coordinator. So all of gents faculties are like Hitlers, you can say. I'm sorry. They will not allow you if you're going to come in the jeans or torn jeans or any kind of an indisciplined manner. So if something went wrong, all sirs will be there on that particular moment. So that's the reason we are the disciplined coordinators. And next we have a Krishnamurthy H. Sir is also in charge of student activity coordinator and also the discipline coordinator. And next we have Arpita P. Devangavi. So Madam is in charge for your workshop, seminar, webinar and also certificate courses. So all the things that is required, that is as the industry demands changes, Madam will be keep on touching with the industry people, and as and when the courses demand changes, Madam is there to help you out, and she is going to give you what kind of certificate courses we need to offer and what are the different certificate courses that we need to provide to the students, and what are the different webinars and guest lectures. So each and everything will be handled by Ms. Arpita Devangavi, Madam. Thank you. Next we have Magesh Kumar. I hope almost all first students know this face from quite long before. Okay, sir is in charge of internal coordinator and also the discipline coordinator. Thank you, sir. And next we have Manjushri BG. Madam is in charge of digital marketing and also social media activities. So all the digital media will be handled by Manjushri Madam. And last we have Rajatan Kaveshri. So this is all the backbone of BCA, because all the technical issues will be handled by Ms. Rajanti. Kaveshri Madam is on emergency leave. So these are the Rajas and Kaveshri will be the main pillar. We're going to handle all the backbone, that is system support activity of BCA department. Did I left anyone? Okay. Now we have Shishikant, so he's a faculty of Sanskrit. Sir is not belongs to one department, sir is belongs to complete college, which includes both degree as well as PU. As and when the event goes on, sir will be always present. And he is dedicated, and also when it comes to any kind of puja, it could be Saraswati puja or anything. So sir will take a lead. Thank you, sir. And okay. Soumya, yes, okay. We missed Soumya, yes, madam. Madam is in charge of website maintenance, and what are the content that is going to be updated on the website, madam is going to be the in charge. So this is my complete team, and very soon we are going to share the complete mentoring and also the class teacher. And I hope we have already created a WhatsApp group for you people to have a professional and official communication purpose only. And we are going to make, please download Ken 42 app, particularly parents, because you're going to monitor your child each and every day. You don't have to come and ask neither the principal and nor the faculty what my son or daughter is doing. So everything is going to be updated. You know, in Bangalore, you have a lot more work to do, and you'll be not free for most of the time. But still, we made 3 parents teachers meeting as compulsory. And still, if you're unable to attend and you want to know the progress of your child, so you can directly monitor there itself. And if you have any difficulties, you can call the mentors immediately. Very soon, we are going to share mentor informations in the portal itself. You'll get a particular mentee number. If you have any difficulties, the parents can directly contact teacher and ask what happens and how it happens and what solutions. That's all about my team. Thank you. I think we can have a complete group picture with students of first year. Please come forward.